Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
What up?
It's Tuesday. Martes. 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 Dos cinco. 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 25. 25. 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. Go. It's Martes. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. It's Tuesday. It's Martes. 25. 25, 25, 5, 5, 25, 25, 25, 5, 5. It's Tuesday, it's Martes, it's Tuesday, it's Martes, it's Tuesday, it's Martes, it's Tuesday, it's Martes. Welcome to Wide Open, ladies and gentlemen. You just got a new intro on a Tuesday morning.
What's going on?
Because that's what we do on this show, right? Where's the script?
I have no idea.
Where is the consistency?
I have no idea.
Where is the respect? Juliana Buendia Karlovich climbing all over our furniture. It's just what she does. Julie goes to Nebraska Furniture Mart and she just climbs all over the furniture just to see how resilient it might be. Is this quality product or not? Hey, you built a couch? Let me walk on it.
On Tuesday, on Martes, on Tuesday.
Let me walk on it to see if it's good or not. I'll be the judge if this Sealy Tempur-Pedic mattress is good or not.
It's very comfy.
I'll let you know if this sleep number is actually durable. I'm gonna walk on it with my shoes for 4 days straight. Then I'll sleep in it. Oh my goodness. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9:02, 2 o'clock on a Monday. No, 2 o'clock on a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah,
It's
I just did the whole thing and still
Martes.
said Monday. Unbelievable. Hi, world. It is 7:02 Pacific Standard Time. It is 10:02 Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, America. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night to the rest of the whole world.
Yes.
I hope you guys are doing good.
Killed me.
305 in the chat. Shout out everybody in Discord, everybody in YouTube. We just know how to keep it moving, don't we? At least I think we do. Roll call!
Hey.
Omaha,
Hey.
Nebraska,
Hey.
10:03 p.m. Malaysia time. Daphne's already checked in. We love you. St. Paul, Minnesota,
Hey.
Malaysia. Medellin is in the building. Windsor, Ontario, Louisville, Kentucky, Greeley, Colorado, Central Oregon, Davenport, Iowa, Mission Viejo, California,
What up?
St. Martin.
What up,
So
though?
grateful that you're
What
here.
up, though?
San Martin,
What up,
Wilmington,
now?
Delaware, City of Brotherly Love, Philadelphia, Beaumont, Texas, Blythewood, South Carolina, Houston, Texas, Ocala, Florida, Dallas, Texas. Yeah, we in here. What's up, Rodney? Georgetown, Texas, Fort Bragg, aka Liberty, Fort Liberty, aka Fort Bragg, Jamaica. She clowning the president on that one. Or at least the United States Armed Forces. Novi, Michigan, Gulfport, Mississippi, Culpeper, Virginia, Carterville, Illinois, Birmingham, Alabama, Richmond, Virginia, Garland, Texas, Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah, it's only Tuesday, Jasmine. I don't know what type of week you had, but I understand. There's an Austin, Minnesota. Okay.
Oh.
Hey.
Aldie, Virginia, Houston, Texas, Inglewood, California. What's up, Monique Mackey? What's poppin'? Nashville, Tennessee, Newcastle, England, Anchorage, Alaska, Worcester, Massachusetts, Bucky's, Texas.
Bucky's.
Yes.
Is that real?
Bucky's.
Yes. Go Bucky's.
The only thing that Juliana's missing with that yes and that fist pump is a pom-pom.
Hey, I used to be a cheerleader.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was a flyer.
Well, you were.
Yeah.
They just tossed you.
Yeah, they tossed me, and I'm afraid of heights, but I did it.
And you spun and
Yep,
did all the stuff.
I did all of it. The basket toss, everything.
Did anybody ever not catch you?
Yes.
Of course. I mean.
Yeah, and it hurt like a mother.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got back up because you're resilient and from
Exactly.
Colombia.
Exactly.
Booyah.
Exactly.
I may fall the. Yeah, never mind. Mexico City. Ciudad de Mexico.
Ciudad de Mexico.
That came from his ancestor soul.
It really did.
That came from his great grandfather's soul. New Orleans, Louisiana. What's up, baby?
Baby.
Jamaica, Bloomington, Minnesota.
Jamaica.
Booyaka.
Booyaka.
Blah, blah. Ukaipa, Keller, Texas. This gas station is a city. Let's be real. What? Oh yeah. Okay, talking about Buc-ee's.
Oh, Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Germany. What's up, Germany? Los Angeles. I live in Dubai. What's up, Andrea? In Dubai. My mommy's going to Dubai.
Oh.
That's exciting.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. Moreno Valley, California. Loganville, Georgia. Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Logan, that's it.
Liverpool brothers in the house. Aaron and Creeben checking in. Montgomery, Alabama. Union City, New Jersey. Columbus, Ohio. Amsterdam, the Netherlands. What's poppin'? I love it. Panama. What's up, Panama?
Hey.
Trinidad and Tobago, Utah, Bixby. Bloomington, Minnesota. Sacramento, California. Michigan State University. Oh, well, would you look at there?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I didn't know that was
Yeah,
a bit.
That's been in there the whole time?
that's what happens when like you take applause in the roll call, and the sample just says, "Mother efforts want to know.
Oh.
They want to know where you are." Oh my God! What kind of a roll call is this? Am I at gunpoint? I feel uncomfortable now.
Sounded like a Biggie sample, too.
It did.
So I was like, hey, Biggie's up in there.
Oh
Best
my
eye.
goodness, the spirit of Biggie
Best eye up in
wants
the
to know who's here. Albany, New York. Loganville, Georgia. Oakland, California. Hendersonville. Foster City, California. Orlando, Florida. Not Alita Scott talking about it's okay, Trevor. That's hilarious. Lundar, Canada. Antigua. Philly. Chicago, Napa Valley, California. What's up, wine? Like, they wouldn't just have more than wine, right?
There'll definitely be more than one.
Yeah. But I did just try to reduce the whole place to wine. Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia. What's poppin'? Rochester, New Jersey. Yes, another person from Loganville. What's up? St. Paul, Minnesota.
So.
I just hooded it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to take any city and just hood it up real quick.
Hood it up.
Perrysburg, Ohio, Nashville, Trinidad and Tobago, Overland Park, Kansas City, Home Depot Warehouse again. Okay.
Hey, you gotta go, brother. What's going on?
Chi-Town, Nairobi, Kenya. What's up, Eve?
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
T-Town, Tucson, baby, Houston in the building.
New Jersey.
Oh boy, yeah. They almost caught me. I looked really hard and I was like, I'm not supposed to say that. Nova Soda, Texas.
Oh, what up, dog?
Got to change the whole voice. What's up, Dallas?
What up, dog?
What's up, Highland Park?
What's up, Highland Park?
What's up, Bronx?
Wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Embrace
dog?
Grace says, hey.
What's poppin'?
Embrace Grace.
What up, dog?
What's up, Embrace Grace? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
dog?
Keep on handling up on these young ladies out here. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right.
Trying to keep these
What up,
babies in
dog?
their womb. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They ain't gotta abort them babies. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
Out
right.
here.
God got a place for them up here.
Amen, amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Most hood promo they've ever had.
Yeah. Embrace Grace.
Embrace that grace.
We would like Tim Ross from Inglewood to give us some encouraging words. What up, though? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to all these ladies out here. You know what I'm saying? That might have been caught up with the wrong nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something right now. You ain't gotta abort that baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what
Shout
that nigga
out
say.
Amy.
You know what I'm saying? You can keep that baby. You ain't gotta abort that baby. You know what I'm saying? God has a purpose and a plan for that life that's in your womb. You know what I'm saying, girl? So here's what I'm telling you: stay away from these busters.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Say
You
with
ain't
your
gotta
chest.
stay away from these busters.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta take their money and go to Planned Parenthood, cuz you know what I'm saying? What I'm telling you to do, I'm telling you to stay at the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you to connect with Amy.
Embrace.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you to embrace grace, girls. Embrace this grace. Embrace that child.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Embrace
And
that thing.
let God do what He about to do. You know what I'm saying?
on.
Tommy Davidson was put in the dumpster. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
We almost lost a gift to the whole white world, cuz.
I mean, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But God came through, intervened, and then we got to live in color. And we got one of the greatest comedians of all time. All of I'm saying is the gifts and the purposes and the plans of God is all up in you. You know what I'm saying? They in your belly. They was in your belly before you had that baby, and they gonna be in your belly when you had that baby. They gonna be in that belly when you deliver that baby. You know what I'm saying?
Embrace that
So let
thing.
that baby on out of there. You know what I'm saying?
What up, dog?
Let that baby live though. You know what I'm saying? And see what God might do in your life, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Girl.
Now, go see Amy. Embrace grace. That's all I got to say, cuz.
Embrace that.
All right then.
Embrace that.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Embrace that thing.
Hey.
Embrace that thing.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to say is embrace that thing.
Let that
Embrace that thing.
For the
Embrace
bass.
that thing.
For the
All I'm
bass.
trying to say is embrace that thing.
For the
You
bass.
peed on the stick. It's positive. Come home. Get some knowledge and embrace that thing.
Yeah.
Embrace that thing, cuz. Go ahead and embrace that thing. I
Embrace
said
that
embrace that thing.
Yeah.
Embrace that thing, cuz.
Yeah.
Go ahead and embrace that thing. That's your baby. That's your baby, mama.
That's your
Kick
baby.
you to the curb.
Hey.
Stay away from all this drama.
Come
That's your
on.
baby.
All right.
Lock in. Lock in.
That was so much fun.
This was sponsored by. This Embrace Grace segment was sponsored by Timmy from the Hood.
We're so here for that.
Apparently, we can do anything and make it into like
For real.
I hope she sees. Somebody send this to Embrace Grace. That was
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
Morgan's on here. I think
Okay,
Morgan's
great.
watching.
What's up, dog?
Shout out to 671 in the chat. I love you guys so
He beat
much.
on a stick.
That was wild.
It was positive.
Hey, dog. Y'all know I ain't got no sense. Let me say this, yo. One of the reasons why I love this show so much, I've been telling everybody. Everybody's like, "How are you doing a daily show, 3 hours a day? What is your problem? Like, first of all, what is your whole problem?" And my response is, it scratches every itch I have. Scratches every single itch I have. It scratches I'm an introvert, but I love to connect with people. But I don't want to live in my house. Scratch that itch. Okay. Right? I won the lottery with that, right? I love to clown. And I have a sense of humor. Even if I didn't do stand-up comedy, I do stand-up comedy, but I love to clown. I love to play. Everything ain't that deep.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't sad. Everything ain't heavy.
Right.
I love to connect with the news and know what's going on in our world. We're in the world, but we're not of it. But I have a biblical worldview for everything that I see. So when we pull up any news articles or we talk about everything, it's only so we can find out how do we navigate as believers. And then I get to connect with people from literally around the world and create a safe space for people to give their vulnerability. And so it scratches everything.
Yeah.
And that 3 hours sounds long? Please. Lord of the Rings was more than 3
real,
hours.
Yes.
The extended cuts, they were all over 3
Yep.
hours. So what are we talking about? I'm going to give Peter Jackson that, but I'm not going to give the world that. And this is the gift he gave me.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I just like that everything ain't that deep. Everything ain't no deep dive Bible study. You know what I'm saying? What is the Holy Ghost about to do in the whole earth? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Stay prayed up and stay ready. That way you ain't got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to figure out when the Lord will soon return, and you ain't even witness to your neighbor yet.
Ooh.
You're trying to get out of here. You're trying to get somebody out of here with you, but you're too stingy to use your gift.
Wow.
So all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Relax and enjoy the ride, baby girl. Oh, I'm in my Cali bag
came out
today. You know what I'm saying?
really in your
And
Cali
it
bag.
might be the Lakers thing
It
too.
might be the Purple
It
Lake
might
show.
be that I'm all laked out. You know what I'm saying?
Lakers.
So I looked at the weather and it was like, I said, "Hey Siri, what's the weather today?" And you know how Texas is. Texas goes from cold to hot.
So weird.
Texas just leapfrogs. It's like
Yep,
spring,
for
screw
real.
spring, burn. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's 88 degrees today. Oh, birds and the bees, burn bees.
True, man.
I'm gonna give you the burns and the
So
bees.
true.
You trying to have birds and the bees? I'm gonna give you burns and bees. Okay. I'm gonna give you birds and bees. So, okay, Seven Faith on Discord. Hey Tim, in the Tree of Life Bible, I noticed the book of James isn't in it. Do you know why? I absolutely know why. It's because there's no book of James. There's never been a book of James. Jesus' half brother's name is Jacob in Hebrew. His name's Jacob in English. It's not James. The book of James was a nod to King James, who commissioned the writing of this Bible in the 1700s. And the people that compiled that Bible decided to like totally disrespect Jacob. And like as a tribute to King James, who commissioned the Bible, he got a book named after him.
That's pretty crazy. Pretty wild.
And this is how replacement theology starts. That you can take a Hebrew biblical name and just switch it with James.
Jaime, what up?
Hi, man.
Hummus.
In
Yeah.
Spanish, it's Santiago, like the book of Santiago.
Yeah, Santiago.
Bible
And
is like,
it's like, it's Yaakov.
Wow.
It's Yaakov. So, anyway, that's why my guy or my girl. I hope that was my guy. Was it my guy? Or was it my girl?
one of them.
Seven Faith. It doesn't matter. I love you. Okay.
Embrace that thing. Sorry.
Not Phoenix. How do you spell that? Because I'm going to change it in my Bible. Not Phoenix about to just cross through.
Hilarious.
She's about to cross through
Swag
James.
it out. Bang on it like killer.
What are those? What's the little white strips that you put?
Yeah,
and then
the
you
white
can,
out. The white out.
Not the actual white
The,
out.
like, tape,
Yeah, it's like a
little-
tape. It's like a tape that you put down.
Yeah.
Is that white out as well?
Yeah.
That's white out. Too,
Okay.
but it's a different.
Did they? Because that stuff was messy. The actual little paint
And
back
it
in the day.
smelled.
Then you had to wait it. Then you had to wait till it dried.
terrible.
Hey, but people in high
You're
school
sniffing that thing.
getting high,
I bet.
getting high in English class.
Wasn't
man.
me.
They were making like 17 errors on their paper on purpose. They were like, "Oh my God, I'll fix it." I might lose 3 brain cells, but at least I'll get through Mrs. James' class.
LOL.
Mrs. James.
Huh?
Mrs. Yakov.
Mrs. Yakov. Yes, Mrs. Yakov's class.
That's hilarious.
Not them trying to colonize the Bible.
White out smelled amazing.
Do you have a favorite teacher?
Do I have a favorite teacher?
Jesus. No, I'm
I
just
do.
kidding.
Okay. I mean,
Of course.
amen. I mean, amen.
Of course, Huli, my rabbi. Yeshua the Messiah. People are so deep.
My bad, dog.
People are
No,
so
that was
deep.
funny.
No, that was hilarious.
Yeah. That was
I feel like we haven't had this story from you on The Basement or Wide Open, where you talked about your teacher, unless if I'm
yeah.
wrong.
So I have a favorite teacher from elementary, and then I have a favorite teacher from my alternative school that I graduated from. Everybody else in the middle of that is mid.
I feel that.
My favorite teacher in elementary, 2nd grade, her name was Miss Abave. Miss Abave was Hispanic, and she was beautiful to a 2nd grader. Like just, and that beauty represented safety. It didn't represent, you know what I mean, anything sexual or anything. She's just a beautiful Hispanic woman that I felt very safe around. And there were 2 moments that marked 2nd grade for me. One was a little girl was too afraid to ask to go to the restroom. And so she soiled herself. And I just remember, and again, I'm reflecting on this as an adult. I just remember feeling so much empathy for her. I just, if I had a change of clothes, I would have given it to her right then. And I remember, I don't know why this is making me emotional, thinking back on it, but I remember kind of looking around the room to make sure nobody else was gonna laugh at her or anything. Like, this is really making me
Wow.
water up. But like, again, I am 7, so there's nothing in me that's like, I've always been me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 7. I don't know. You know what I mean? And wow, maybe I think another reason. Wow. Oh my God.
Here we go.
Holy, what is this going on right now? The other thing that just dawned on me is that that's the year before my sexual abuse.
Whoa.
So literally, for me to say of all, like 7 and then graduation at 18 and nothing in the middle of that. The next year is when I get abused, and then my life is just kind of weird, you know, from then on until Mr. Gorelick says something like really cool.
Mr. Gorelick?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'll get to him.
Okay.
That's the high school. That's the teacher in the alternative school that I graduated from. But second grade, Miss Abave, I remember the young girl soiling herself and just feeling like I just wanted to make sure she was going to be okay, and I wanted to make sure nobody else in the class laughed at her. You know, everybody, the kids were 7 and distracted and. You know what I mean? Not paying attention as much. So then, look at the poll. My God, 91% have a favorite teacher growing up. Let me tell you something. A person can impact your life.
Absolutely.
You might think they're casually walking by and they can change the whole trajectory of your life, right?
It's very true.
Yep.
So here's the other moment. We're supposed to get out of second grade to go home because in elementary school you're in the same class for the whole day, right? And Miss Ababe says, because let's say we were supposed to get out of school at 1:50, and she goes, because y'all were too loud and unruly, you're not getting out of class until like 2:00. And instinctively I said, what? Are you crazy? And she looked at me like, boy, if you don't sit down somewhere. And then she told my parents, like, hey, I told the class, and Tim decided to speak up and say in front of the whole class, what? Are you crazy? And my parents had something to say to me once I got home about me telling a grown person that they was crazy. But she was just a delight. All right, so now let's leapfrog to me being in an alternative school. And I got put in alternative school because 11th grade I ditched too much, and so I was in alternative schools for second semester after Christmas, and then we moved 66 miles away from where we lived, and I tried to enroll in school my senior year, and because I had come from an alternative school, I couldn't go back to a regular public school. So I was sent to Willow Park in Apple Valley. And Mr. Gorelick was like the English teacher / social studies teacher / U.S. history. Like he was
Wow,
like
like a
all
jack
these
of
things.
trades.
This is a weed smoking hippie
Wow.
who was a vegan back in 1993. Okay. And he had us do debates with each other. Like we had class debates, and which I never liked debates. I never liked arguing with people ever. I like listening. I don't like arguing. I don't like the energy. Again, I'm an empath, so I don't like the energy that debates bring, right? It's not my thing. But I was a battle rapper, and if you push me in the corner, I'm gonna roar, then I'm gonna bite you, right? So he saw all of that, and he would be like, oh yeah, he would like literally put me in positions to like go get it. Like, you know what I mean? He like set me up, kind of. I didn't know this at the time. And he told my mom one day, I think your son has a real gift to speak. He's the very first person in the world who said it.
Weed smoking hippie.
This is before a prophetic word comes from like a pastor or whatever. Before I'm even saved. He says, I think your son has a gift to speak. You should put him in Toastmasters. You should put him in debate clubs. You should put him in anything that has to do with public speaking. because this guy
Wow.
got the goods. He can go. I think he has a gift. And I'll never forget the debate that I was most entertained by. Remember, the majority of this kids in this alternative school are either gangsters, drug heads, whatever, and then people like me who are just creative and bored with school, and so you get sent there, right?
Yeah.
So you're just
Can't
walking
program,
in.
so you're just like,
you're just
you have to
walking
do
in.
something.
You're just walking in there with like hardcore gangsters. You're like, "Hi guys, everybody doing okay today? Just wanted to hang out with you."
Was this before or after you joined Miles?
After I joined Miles.
Your brother's gang.
Oh, this was after that.
Okay,
because that
okay,
was
okay,
that was
okay.
in junior high.
Okay, got it,
And I was only in it for 7 days.
Yeah, right.
I was in a
just
gang for
curious.
7 days, Lord. You know what I mean?
From your
That's-
comedy show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're all going to be in this debate. He brings in skinheads, neo-Nazis. They don't even go to the school. I don't even know where he found them. This guy's weird. I don't even think they went to the school. They would have got mollywopped. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Experiment.
Yeah, he brings in these 4 skinheads, and he's like, "I want to hear you. We're gonna hear from these guys today, and afterwards, I just want y'all to debate and talk to them about all this kind of stuff." So they come in and they're giving us the reason why they feel like, hey, we're from the Aryan Nation. We believe in a pure race. We don't believe in race mixing and race breeding and blah 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 blah. And
Crazy.
I mean, and he's letting them talk like straight free speech, like niggers and wetbacks and
Whoa.
spicks and like they're going ham, right? Everybody is triggered.
Oh, for
Right,
sure.
they want
Oh
to
my
stab.
gosh, yeah, for sure.
There's brass knuckles coming out. They're and Gorelick is in the middle, loving it, and I'm in the corner like, keep on. I'm gonna let and they're going back and forth, right? And everybody is vein popping mad, right? And these guys are just like straight, militant, skin headed, like. We believe what we believe, and if we had it our way, we'd take you outside right now, lynch you, and kill you, all this kind of stuff, and blah blah blah. And this man told us to be here so we could talk how we wanted to talk and all that kind of stuff. And I haven't said nothing, right? They've been going rounds, and then I finally say, "Hey, it's amazing that y'all have this." Perspective like that, you think everything is white power and all that kind of stuff. I said, because my last name is Ross. It's a Scottish surname, and there's a white man that married a black woman in the mid 1800s for me to be here. I said, so we're probably cousins.
Did they seizure?
These dudes,
Trip.
Seized?
out of all the back and forth FUs, I'll kill you, I'll stab you, let's go outside right now. When I said we are probably cousins, seizures. They got tomato paste red.
Oh my god.
They were so pissed. F you, nigger. No way that we're da, 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 da. And I was just like, no, we're probably cousins. Like I was just like, and Gorelick is in the corner beaming. He is just like,
That's
I like this guy.
hilarious.
So yeah, it's Miss Abave and Mr. Gorelick.
Do you know if they're still alive?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't.
I will do some investigation.
That's 30 years
see if I can
ago.
find them.
It's 30 years ago. You're gonna do some investigations?
Yeah.
Okay, Willow Park High School
Willow Park High School.
in Apple Valley, California. And trying to say, and then Miss Ababe.
How do you spell that?
It's like above, but it was
Oh.
Ababe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I was like, Okay.
Yeah.
Up.
And
Above.
and
Gorelick. I think it's Gorelick. Wing Lane Elementary is
Wingland.
Miss Above. If you find Miss Above, I'm gonna cry, and then I'm going to find out where she is, and then I'm going there.
You said Wing Lang?
Wing
Wing?
Lane.
Lane.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
Eat those bugs, Hooli. Eat those bugs.
You can't tell Hooli while she's in Dora the Explorer mode
Dora
to
the
eat
Explorer's Wild.
to eat bugs.
Hey, I bet Dora would eat bugs. Would she? Sorry.
I don't know, Hooli. I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Have you ever watched Dora?
Of course.
Oh, you did? Okay.
See, swiper, no swiping.
Viper.
Are you kidding me?
Did you ever get annoyed when the map's like, where is this? And it's like, come on, bro, it's right there.
Well, no, because it's for like a 5-year-old, Hooli. Oh my God, not Hooli getting mad. How come the stupid kid doesn't even? It's right there in front of you. You don't see that stupid magnifying glass? Dumb kid.
Oh my God. I would've-
Hooli's watching this as a grown adult, and she's
I was a
eating.
child.
She's. I'm the map. Do you see it? The little eyes cutting. Can you see it? Point it out.
I got a
Hooli's
poll
in the
going up.
corner. Stupid kid, it's right there.
I got a poll
No, I
going
got
up right
mad
now.
at the map. I'm like, bro, we all see it.
Oh my God.
And Dora
Those
too,
bugs,
and
Hooli.
Boots.
Eat those
Anyways,
bugs.
So you were just pissed with everybody.
I guess so.
I was mad at Dora and Boots. Swiper was the OG though.
I had all the stuffed animals with me too.
Did you really?
I get so mad.
Yo, dog, this is hilarious.
Ugh.
All
See,
right.
Diego Pena got mad all the time too. I'm not alone.
You are not alone. Dora's mad at you. Though she tried to explore, all you cared was about you. Let's go. All right, in a recent interview on The Breakfast Club, actor Malik Yoba declared that he no longer identifies as a black man, opting instead for the term I'm sorry. It's my first time reading it, and that made me opting instead for the term non-white man. He elaborated, I've decided that I'm no longer a black man. I'm no longer a person of color, BIPOC, none of that. What I am is a non-white man.
Huh?
Yoba's statement appears to critique current approaches to diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, suggesting that traditional racial labels may perpetuate divisions. He proposed that by adopting the non-white identifier, society might confront systemic issues more directly. The public's reaction has been mixed. Some individuals interpret Yoba's remarks as a satirical commentary on societal constructs of race, while others view them as an attempt to challenge the what paradigms? The little arrows in the middle right there. The existing paradigms. For instance, a social media user noted, I was ready to say something else until I listened to the video. He's being sarcastic against the anti-DEI, anti-wokeness of this current administration. Conversely, some critics argue that rejecting the black label could undermine the recognition of shared cultural experiences and the collective struggle against racial injustices. I don't agree with that at all. One commentator expressed, call yourself what you want, but the system of white supremacy will still be here. True. In response to the backlash, Yoba addressed the controversy on Instagram, wrong place, stating, the lack of nuance, critical thinking, assumptions, lack of research, misinterpretation, distractions, vilification, etc., will never take me off the path of doing God's work for the liberation of our people. This development has sparked broader conversations about racial identity, the effectiveness of DEI programs, and the language used to address systemic inequalities. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem and then context is queen, right, in our world. So first of all, people get to say what they want, and we don't have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? And that can just be it. See how easy that was? This ain't gonna turn into no 20-minute segment. Malik Yoba said what he said. He don't want to be black, whether it's satirical or serious. He wants to be a non-white man. Go ahead on. You're still black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if that man wanna, if he's gonna, then nobody's gonna make a box for you on the application.
Crazy.
I don't see my category here. I see African American. / black. I see non-Hispanic. I don't see non-white. I'm non-white. I'd like to see that on this application before. Actually, I'll just scribble it in myself. I'm non-white.
Did he put some Jesus glitter on that too? So he's doing God's work?
Yeah, maybe he is. Who knows? I don't know which God he's talking about.
Amen.
Disney's live action remake of Snow White
Oh yeah.
Great transition.
debuted. It is a brilliant transition. Malik Yoba would like to be defined as non-white. In other
Non-Snow
words,
White, non-Snow White.
in other news, Snow White,
Snow non-white.
Snow Very White, debuted with disappointing ticket sales, earning $43 million in North America and an additional $44.3 million internationally, totaling $87 million globally. Why does that feel so like, how is that not a good weekend? Because the film's production was $270 million. And they haven't got a third of that yet.
Did they even market it? Haven't even seen.
They did.
I haven't even
They
seen
did.
a trailer for this movie. Though.
Yeah. It's on Instagram and TikTok and
Oh.
they've marketed,
Hector
but
doesn't
it's
have
just
Instagram.
Oh, that's true.
it's booty.
Snow non-black.
Well, okay, let me just keep reading. The film's it fell short of industry projections. The film's budget was $270 million, making it underwhelming for the box office, particularly concerning for Disney. They might feel dizzy after not making that money. Critical reception has been mixed, with the movie holding a 43% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Audience feedback mirrored this sentiment, as reflected in the B+ cinema score. When is a B+ bad?
It's a good question.
If I got all B's in high school, that would have been amazing. That didn't happen. The lowest for any Disney live action remake to date. Some analysts suggest that the film's underperformance may be attributed to creative execution rather than controversies surrounding its modernization efforts. Despite the lackluster debut, lead actress Rachel Zegler celebrated the film's status as the #1 movie globally during its opening weekend. The film's reception highlights the challenges Disney faces with its live-action adaptations, as it strives to balance nostalgia with contemporary storytelling to appeal to both new audiences and long-time fans. So one of the controversies around Snow White was the fact that they didn't use the word dwarves. That became like a big issue. Peter Dinklage was like, we're taking a step backward if we still use the word dwarf. Now, the animated film is it's close to 100 years
It's the
old.
first one, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's their first animated film that they put out. That film in 1937, when it came out, it built Disneyland. It built the lot that the Disney Studios. I mean, they were on and popping. I mean, this was revolutionary for the 1900s, right? To get an animated feature film in 1937. Right? These are people that survived the Great Depression. Now they get to watch a cartoon, right, and have some kind of joy in their life. So I mean, we're coming close to, what is it, 89 years old? Yeah, that movie's 89 years old. Well, 37. It's 88 years old.
It's good math.
Yeah, well, it's simple math. It's not calculus, because if it is, I'm done. In January 2022, actor Peter Dinklage criticized Disney's live-action remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, describing it as backwards for its portrayal of characters with dwarfism. He expressed surprise that while casting a Latina actress as Snow White was celebrated, the film continued to depict what he considered outdated representations as dwarfs. In response to Dinklage's remarks, Disney announced plans to reimagine the 7 characters to avoid reinforcing stereotypes, consulting with members of the dwarfism community during the process. Okay. Okay, let me continue reading However, some actors with dwarfism, such as Dylan Hornswoggle Postel and Jason Weeman Acuna, disagreed with Dinklage's perspective. They expressed concern that his comments might reduce acting opportunities for performers with dwarfism and defended the original portrayal of the characters. The controversy led Disney's decision to depict the 7 characters using CGI, aiming to balance sensitivity with creative expression. This move received mixed reactions, with some praising the effort to modernize the story, while others viewed it as an overcorrection. Overall, Dinklage's critique sparked a broader conversation about representation in media, highlighting the complexities involved in updating classic narratives for contemporary audiences. What say ye? Like this is an interesting tension. Peter Dinklage is one of the most prolific actors.
Great actor.
Right? Big, short, tall, strong, weak, whatever. He's one of the great actors. Is anyone trying to act like he's not a short person? And is dwarfism a lightning rod word? I asked Juliana.
For me, no. I don't think so. I'm just literal. So
I'm literal
it is
too.
what it is. Like, I'm a legal midget. If someone called me, oh, you're so short, like a midget. Yeah, I am. Like,
Yeah, right. So my situation, my issue with this is the word dwarf is not a disparaging term. There's it's the legal term
exactly.
for somebody at that height.
Exactly.
Peter Dinklage decides to be sensitive about it, and Disney changes it. 2 other dwarves who were like, bro, you taking bread out of our pocket, are like, we ain't got a problem with it. We can all seven actors can act in this movie if we're not so butthurt. So now this is where I want to do the swap. If those 2 actors, who I never heard of them before, right?
Same. Me neither.
Right?
Yeah.
Woggles Wobbin and Wee Man and whatever bro's name was, right? Hobblebottom or whatever they said. Okay. If those 2 guys would have been like, yeah, we really don't like the word dwarf, and Peter Dinklage says, I think it's great, Disney would have rode with it.
Yeah.
So I really want to focus on how one person's commentary, who has influence, can sway a mighty institution like Disney to go pay hundreds of millions of extra dollars in CGI to make these dwarves something that Peter Dinklage is okay with.
Call me crazy, but ain't doing it CGI, to me, that seems even more disrespectful. It's like, you're not going to put a real actor in it. You're going to make
This is a live action movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dwarves.
Yeah.
Dwarves are not some mythical, they're not unicorns. There's a whole community of dwarves,
They're real
right?
They're real people.
I saw a dwarf when I went to Kev's comedy show on Friday. She works for
The church.
the church for Concord. These are real people out here in these streets living life every day.
CGI is crazy.
And we gonna go, you know what? We don't want to offend dwarves, so we'll just CGI them because we don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable.
It seems so.
I
much
don't want to live in a culture where we're this sensitive.
Yeah.
And they conflate
Ladies
the
and
budget.
gentlemen,
Yes.
They conflate
I-
the budget, dude. That's
Yes.
more expensive to do that too.
I don't want to live in a culture that's sensitive.
Yep.
We have to live in a culture that's sensitive. I don't like it. That's all I want to say. I don't like it. That's like saying, man, we're gonna redo. I can't even do it. I can't even do it justice. I can't even do it justice. I'm gonna leave.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No.
Please.
I'm gonna leave it. No. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna show restraint. I have the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
But
Amen.
would you say it's offensive, let's not give them acting roles? They can't even be on the set. We're gonna CGI them in, thinking they're doing something kind.
So let me tell you how this lands on me.
Okay.
And again, if we have anybody that's in the dwarf community, this is just my perspective, and I'm open for all the feedback and the perspective and the whole nine. But to me, this is a 2025 version of blackface.
That's exactly what I was thinking, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I am not gonna hire a black actor. I'm gonna get this black shoe polish, and I'm gonna put it all over my face.
Yes. That's what it is.
Oof.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, bro. Is exactly what I was. Yes. It's crazy work.
Like that to me, like it's blackface. Y'all just because Peter Dinklage said something.
Peter Dinklage?
I'm so sorry,
What
bro.
a complete
Like,
ripoff. What are we gonna do? We gotta find him.
We need to have him on.
We gotta find him.
maybe we just don't watch the movie,
That's true.
That too.
which we already haven't. And
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I have friends that said that it was horrible. It was like worse than Pinocchio live action.
Shut
so
up,
I was
Pinocchio.
like,
there was a live action Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I didn't know
it was
that either.
okay. I watched.
You know
that
what?
one.
Disney's not doing well.
Yeah. The last one they did really good that had a lot of populated a lot of money was Cinderella in 2015. That's one of my favorite.
Do you think they
That's
fell off
10 years
after
ago.
they ended the Avengers series? It feels like things have been really downhill.
I think when they started going woke and like putting subliminal messages. Well, they've always done that. But anyways.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I think after Endgame,
That's what I'm
You
saying.
think so?
It was-
Yeah.
well, that was the peak.
yeah, that was the peak.
It was
Endgame was
Oh,
the peak
okay.
in the
Yeah.
in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then the next wave of content that came out for MCU, they started interjecting narratives that the traditional family wasn't going to allow their kids to see, and they bet wrong.
Was this the second episode of The Basement too, where you talked about
Yes, I
dipping
did.
out from Disney
Yeah,
Plus?
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They miscalculated where the traditional family stood on their content, and they doubled down. Like the Disney little world bubble, they thought everybody's like us, and then they put out their next wave of MCU movies, and they heard this sound, dun 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 dun. Started haunting them. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
They not like us. They don't.
Dun 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 dun. Mustard on the beat. How? That's what happened. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what happened.
They need new storylines. They need new creatives. They need just a whole brand new thing.
To me, it also seems like they really just rushed through that because they realized, oh my god, we're making so much money off of this Avengers thing. I'm like, you could.
It was their cash cow.
You could have spaced the movies out. They started ending it. Everything ended so fast.
Marvel was never really Disney either. They just copped that thing.
They did.
They
did.
You know what I mean?
They
Like
did.
they had the
Don't
money to
cop
buy
that
it, so they were like, "Yo, we're gonna make this move," and it did great for them. But like these old narratives, like Snow White and Cinderella and all that stuff, like y'all need new stuff.
Hey, do you know who had almost bought Marvel's rights?
Who?
The one and only
Michael?
Michael Jackson.
No way.
Michael wanted to buy
No
everything.
way.
Michael was
I'm not
buying
lying.
everything. He was copying everything.
Michael
Hey,
was
pull it
copying
up.
everything.
Pull it
I
up.
believe you, but
no.
I've never heard that before.
Michael Jackson was this close
Wow.
to buying all of Marvel's intellectual
Wow.
property. Michael was, I think he was brilliant at understanding what made money, the things that actually made money. In the early 1990s, Michael Jackson expressed a strong interest in acquiring Marvel Comics, driven by his admiration for his superheroes and a desire to bring them to the big screen. According to his nephew, Taj Jackson, Michael was particularly keen on portraying himself as
No way. That's a lie. No way.
No, I mean I believe it. That
I can't. I wouldn't take him serious.
Michael was particularly keen on portraying Spider-Man.
fighting Venom.
Yo,
Let me tell you something. Web slinging would have hit another level if this fool would have been
Yo.
like,
the soundtrack.
"Hey, dog, we would have died."
Oh, the soundtrack would have been incredible.
The soundtrack would have been incredible.
Spider-Man 3 soundtrack?
The movies would have been trash.
Yeah, certified dumpster.
Impression of MJ being Spider-Man.
Wait, one more time, dude.
Oh my God. I can't even imagine. I would never, if he slung a web, I'd duck.
We don't know what's in that web.
Hey, bro. I cannot be in Michael's web. I'm so sorry.
That's a freaky,
web,
that's a
bruh.
freaky web.
That web.
That web is freaky.
He would never be able to sneak up on any of his villains because they would hear his little giggle.
Gotta start with the man in the
Is that
mirror,
you,
Michael.
Spider-Man? Yes, me. Yes, me. And I'm bad. You're gonna get out of here, Kingpin. You're gonna get out of here, Kingpin. Daredevil's coming through, but I'm coming with him. We're gonna clean up this city. I can't deal with what you did to my Uncle Ben. You and the Green Goblin gotta go. You and the Green Goblin have to go.
You got a certified clip.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Michael's web.
Gonna sling my webs, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. When I open up Hell Kitchen's door and try to come some more, that's when I realize all these evil people with their lies gonna make it right. Catwoman's my girl, even though she's not in my world. She makes me cry.
Michael Jackson singing Spider-Man's rendition.
It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. I'm slinging all my webs in this mirror. I'm asking you to make a change. Psst, psst. Nobody's webs could have made it any clearer. If you wanna make a world a better place, gotta look in it, gotta make it right, gotta get it right. And you got to. Did Michael just on me? Oh God, we have to have a court trial now. Judge, Michael on me, and I didn't like it.
You got a duck.
Got a duck.
You got a duck.
You
Daddy.
see Michael coming
You gotta know what's
in a Spider-Man uniform, and then it's not gonna look good on his body. He's gonna have to, and then he's gonna like his Spidey, his it ain't gonna be the red and the blue.
And
It's gonna be a little.
And he would have the mask, but the hair would still be out. Like, I know him. Knowing Michael, that hair will be out, and that
Yo,
nose,
he put it in a bun.
Yes,
He probably put it in a bun. We've lost Huli. Huli's cooked.
She's toast.
Huli's gonna pee on my couch.
I really
That's
am.
what's
I
gonna
have
happen.
to
Yeah, she's gonna pee on the couch.
I'm literally seeing everything.
Yeah.
I'm seeing everything.
You seeing Michael Jackson and Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I can't imagine him. Imagine, bro, opposite Iron Man.
Oh no. Oh no.
Tony Stark. Tony, I just want to help. When are you gonna let me? I know what to do with nanotechnology. You gotta let me help. Thanos is gonna kill us all, but he's not gonna kill me. We can't let him put them stones together, Tony. Let's go out and get him right now. Tony, you gotta believe in me. Cap does. Tito doesn't. I gotta stop.
Oh my god.
My coworker is like, "What are you listening to?"
I'm dead.
What's up, Carolyn?
Yo.
Prince should play Thanos.
Yes!
dude,
Yes!
that would be epic.
Yes!
Prince is like, we need less people on the earth. I'm gonna snap my fingers. And I'm gonna make all record execs disappear.
Dude, he would be a good villain. Prince would be a good villain.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Soundtrack would be fire.
Oh my gosh, I haven't cried like this in a long
I
time.
would have to have full creative control over the soundtrack. And I'm not collaborating with Michael.
Collaborating with Michael.
Did he try to run over Michael?
Yeah, they confirmed. Confirmed.
I did try to run over Michael. But it's only because of the way he tried to embarrass me in front of James that night.
Epic video. We gotta
Here,
pull it up.
here,
Brown?
Oh, dude.
yes, in front of James Brown.
Yo,
It is
It's a
incredible.
long story. Here's what I'm saying.
Yo, dude. Yo.
If I play Thanos, I have to have full creative control over the soundtrack. And let's be honest, I've already had all 6 Infinity Stones. How do you think I got all these women?
Oh. Oh, okay, Prince. It's the face for me.
It damn sure wasn't because of my height. You want to know how I got all these women? The only reason why I haven't snapped at you, Huli, is because I actually like your husband.
Oh, I'm glad.
But if I wanted to,
Okay, I have to pee. I can't.
Love you.
Bye.
Sorry, I'm gonna cry.
yo, Prince as Thanos
Yo.
would wear me out. Yo, that's so funny.
Now that I think about it, if they did some sort of Broadway rendition like of Marvel, it would be incredible. It would be spectacular.
It would be spectacular is the absolute only word that fits the scenario. See? He insisted. Michael's trying to like extend the olive branch and be like, he's another collaborator like me. Watch how Prince comes in. This is so extra. See? What? Look how he's coming in though. This is gonna kill you. Look. It's gonna obviously look. He's on a dude's back. Look, this dude literally was
so
transported by Santa Claus.
Throw something in the crowd. No smile.
He wants somebody's
Oh
guitar.
my god.
See how spontaneous this band is too? Following
Yeah,
the
it's
energy.
crazy. Talented people.
Incredible.
good electric guitar player, though.
He played everything.
Oh, he was dope.
Look
He
at
was
him.
So dope.
Self-taught.
Really?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Man, he was legend. Legend.
He is so, the whole energy is different. He is so weird.
Have you seen his The Purple Rain movie?
Of course. that did something to my childhood. It shouldn't have, but
Oh, Tim.
praise the Lord. Look. Look at him.
Oh, God.
This boy he hasn't said a word. Now he came out of his shirt.
And everyone's like, oh my God.
Bro, Vince was next level, dog.
I wonder if anyone's in the crowd like, is he okay?
Look. What? Watch this part. This is why he wanted to run Michael over.
Oh!
It's the weirdest moment of the whole night. Prince wanted that dude dead.
Oh my
Yo! Oh my goodness. I tried to work with him, but he didn't want to work with me. He really is the musical Thanos. So
my
funny, bro.
God.
Lord have mercy. It was such a crazy time. Okay, y'all. We 4 minutes in, you know we all in wide open. At 10:04, we wide open. At 10:04, we are wide open. We have made it to the 10 o'clock hour. It is 10:04 Central Standard Time. It is 8:04 Pacific Standard Time. It is 11:04 Eastern Standard Time. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to the rest of the world. We are now wide open, taking calls from literally all over the world. Questions, comments, or concerns, none are off limits. I don't guarantee to have any answers, but I do guarantee to provide a safe space for you to give us the gift of your vulnerability or whatever you want to give us. We can talk about trauma or chitlins. It matters not to me. I don't like trauma and I don't like chitlins. So I will help you in any way that I can.
That's great.
Who we got on the line?
We got Haley on the line. Welcome, my friend. You are on with Tim Ross.
Hi, Haley.
Hey, cousin.
Your last name is Ross?
Yes.
Okay, what's up, cuz?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great.
It's good to
I gotta
see
tell
you.
you why I call you my cousin and not Uncle Tim.
Please.
So, I came across your content probably 6 or 7 months ago and been devoted to it.
Thank you.
But I fell in love with you and your content because my father's name is Tim Ross Sr. and my oldest brother is Tim Ross Jr.
Get out of
my dad is
here.
Uncle Tim. I can't call you Uncle Tim.
For
so
sure.
You my cousin.
Cousin for sure. All right, Haley. That is, I mean, I got namesakes out there. I love it. I love it.
So if you got family in Florida, we might be related for real.
I'm in where?
And, well, that side of my family is originally from Georgia, the
Okay.
Macon area, but we're all in Florida now.
Done deal. Okay, no, yeah. The family tree extends. One of them Rosses got
does.
out there. I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure of it.
Yep. So I'm just gonna read
Okay.
because I feel like that's best, and I've practiced so I don't cry.
Okay, no worries.
So I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
I'm not an OG dweller. I've been devoted to the content about 6 or 7 months, but I do share often with friends and family.
Appreciate you.
So over 11 days this month, I lost 3 family members and my dog. My cousin was battling breast cancer and confided in me about wanting to find her biological father. So I did some digging, and 5 days later, we were on the phone with him. She just passed after knowing her dad for only 2 months. Her mom passed 6 days before that. before she passed, my dog 2 days after that, and just 2 days ago, I lost a childhood friend. It feels like I'm living in like a season finale episode of a show where it's like everything is so intense, everything's coming to a head, there's twists and turns, and it's just really intense. So I really just want to take a moment to laugh and not carry such a heavy burden.
Mm.
I think of you as my cousin. I spent a lot of time with my cousins recently because of funerals, connecting and laughing. So I want to connect with my long distance cousin.
Wow. And why didn't you want to cry?
I feel cried out. I've been crying every day. I have had all my loved ones and friends reach out. How you doing? I know it's a lot going on. And it's like, I'm tired of that.
Yeah,
I want to
sure.
kiki. Excuse my language. I want to shoot the shit, you know? I
I
want to
get
talk about how Orlando put a whooping on your Lakers last night.
Hey, nigga. Hey, you need
Yeah.
to. Hey, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. I didn't even see the box score yet. Did they lose?
Oh.
What was it?
You can say it's fake news, but it happened.
What was the score?
Don't let me lie to you. I just seen it. I watched it because I knew I was going to talk to you. I said, let me watch this so I can see what's going on.
Hey, don't get.
And Orlando isn't far from where I live. So, you know, I go to games every once in a while. And I was like,
Hey,
wait till I tell cousin Tim what Orlando did.
Hey, but hold on, dog. We've been
To
family.
close the third quarter, they went on like a 30-plus run on y'all.
Okay, but calm down real quick. You know what I'm saying? We've been cousins less than
I'm
5
relaxed.
minutes, and you already, you know what I mean? You already coming from my neck.
Mhm.
Don't
Just a little bit.
listen. Okay, y'all won 118-106. Okay,
Mhm.
so and
Y'all started to close the gap a little bit into the fourth quarter, but
whose record is better?
it was dogging y'all with the
Whose record is better?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I just got a little bit of a, argument on that on last night. That's it.
Well, listen, we can't win every game. Okay, LeBron just came back from a growing injury. Okay,
That's correct.
Luka's still eating salads. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He stopped eating Slovakian
Smoking
donuts.
hookah.
You know what I'm saying? And going to hookah lounges. So he eating. You know what I'm saying? He getting on my diet. But by the time the playoffs come, we gonna make our run. You know
They
what I'm
gonna
saying?
bounce back.
Yeah, we gonna make
Yeah.
our run. But like, I'm glad y'all won last night. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no okay. Y'all
Look,
won
I'm
it.
really a football fan, so I just watched the game last night so I could talk junk to you.
Who's your team?
The Bucks.
Oh yeah, the Bucks. The Buck. Okay, so I'm bid. Okay, well then, so I'm also saying so. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm just saying so. Because I'm old enough to remember John Gruden leaving the Los Angeles Raiders,
Mm-hmm.
left us high and dry. Well, they weren't the Los Angeles Raiders at the time. They were Oakland Raiders. But those are my beloved Raiders, right? He leaves the Raiders to go to Tampa Bay, and
Yep,
the next
Tampa Bay.
year they play the Raiders. And he was the former coach of the Raiders the year before. So he told his team every play that we were going to do, and that's cheating. So I don't
feel
count that ring that y'all got.
Well, we got two.
So?
You can count both of them. You want to know a funny story? My grandmother, who is a Ross, she is such a devoted Bucks fan that if her church service ran over, she would get up and leave, or she talked to the pastor and said, "You need an early morning service so that we can make it to the game," and they had an early morning service.
Your grandmother got
My
weight,
grandma was a devoted Bucks fan.
and she had an idol.
She loved the Lord. She
G-Ma-
said, "Y'all just hurry up.
Yeah, she
Keep your message short
and
because
the
the game
Bucks."
coming on."
And they started an early morning service just for her. Listen.
She wasn't the only one there.
I bet you she wasn't.
She was not the only one there.
I know she wasn't. Nah, football culture is real. Football culture is real.
Yep.
Football culture is real. I did not come from a football culture church environment. They had revivals straight through the Super Bowl. We had to tape it and get home and watch it on VHS.
Mm-mm.
and
My
like
grandma wasn't doing all that.
stay away from all the news outlets and the whole nine. Cause
Yeah, her story she had on VHS, but she wasn't missing football.
listen, that was a generation of grandmamas that like they all got us through, but they loved their soap operas.
Did
As the world
Days
turns,
of Our Lives?
Days of Our Lives, General Hospital. My grandmother, my father's mother, used to stay with us in the summers, and she would come to the house. She would stay over at the house, and she'd be watching her stories. She had thick glasses, so she'd be really close to the TV, and this is the whole thing she would do. Hey, the whole time she was watching the show. She never talked back to the TV or nothing. She just do this the whole time. And every now and then she'd be like, I'm like, and she'd be there for 4 hours. One go
My
off,
grandma
the other
takes
one
her.
come on. Yeah, one go off, the other one come
don't
on.
ask her a thing.
Can't ask her nothing. She not cooking
Not a
nothing
thing.
for you. I'm gonna tell you another thing that I remember about my grandmama. This my grandmother took our Doberman in the backyard and pinned him down and chopped off his tail with just like a knife from the kitchen. And we were like, this woman will kill us if we don't obey her. We just watched
Oh,
her
listen.
maim our dog. Yeah.
I always tell people you don't know terror until you pick the weapon you beat with. Until you go in the backyard and you pick the switch for grandma. And if it ain't good enough and she gotta go get it herself.
Oh, then you're gonna have lines on your legs. You're gonna have lines on your legs.
I said, no, thank you. What you need me to do?
Why-
I'll scrub the baseball.
Why?
We just have to pause. it.
My sound went out.
Sound went up?
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Oh, okay. Okay. You're back now.
Why did she cut the tail off?
Because Dobermans usually don't have a tail.
They usually crop the tail.
Yeah, they usually crop the
Crop
tail.
when they're
Yeah,
young.
yeah. So we had a Doberman. We hadn't cropped the tail, so it's just growing, right? And then we were just saying, like, my grandmother overheard me and Miles talking about, like, our Doberman ain't as cool as other Dobermans because it still has its tail. And my grandmother was like, "Oh, okay, well, I'll fix that," and took that dog in the back and just grabbed the knife from the kitchen and pinned that dog down and was like, pop, 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 and knocked that tail off. And I was like, she's a murderer. She's murdered people before. Like, if you do this casually, you're a murderer. Straight up. But she was country enough to wring necks of chickens as well. So, I mean, that's yeah. They popped the neck off of a chicken, and the chicken's body would still just be running around the yard for like another 2 minutes.
That's where the saying comes, you run around like a chicken with their head cut off.
That's exact. Come on, hey, you are this is my cousin for real.
Yep, my grandma from the South. I know all the sayings.
Yeah.
I asked my dad something that's like obvious. Like, hey, Dad, you working today? He'd be like, is a lizard legs little?
I'm dead. Tim Ross Sr. got me.
Yeah.
Is a lizard's legs little?
Legs little.
First of all, his alliteration is already dope. He and Eminem could do a rap battle together. Is a lizard's legs little? I couldn't say that 5 times fast if you paid me. Is a lizard's legs little? Oh,
Yep.
that's actually fantastic. Is a
Yep,
lizard?
that's a
I'm
good
going to say that 10 times a day for no reason. My son is going to ask me something. I'm going to be like, are we going to watch a movie tonight? Is a lizard's legs little? Like, it's not going to
You'll be
even,
like, Dad.
it's not going to even fit the situation. My CFO is going to call me and be like, have you turned in all your tax stuff so I can take it over to be processed? I'm going to be like, is a lizard's legs little? Does a Geico go
I got
golfing?
one-
Tell your daddy that one.
Right.
I raise your daddy's lizard's legs little, and I want you to go tell him, does a Geico go golfing?
Bet.
Okay. Don't forget
I'm
it.
going to call him as soon as I get off.
Yeah. Call him now.
Oh, he would. My dad just called me. I was like, Dad, can you call me back at like 12 o'clock? Okay, bye.
That's so funny. Tim Ross Sr. and a Tim Ross Jr.
Junior, yep.
And you on with
So
a Tim
crazy.
Ross.
That's why I was like, oh, Tim is my cousin. I have to watch everything you do.
Thank you so
'Cause we
much.
cousins.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yo,
We family.
can I just tell you, I'm happy you called in to like laugh and like talk about something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am big on people doing their grief work, and I am big on finding a place where you can laugh, because everything ain't sad. Hey, okay, all right. So first of all, I can identify with you on like the losses, like especially like in a compacted amount of time. There was one year when I was a child that we went to either 9 or 11 funerals in 1 year, and they were all family members. Back in 2019, I had 8 people that I loved a lot die. 5 were really close. 3 I had to do the eulogy of. It almost snapped my brain. Okay. So a lot of my homies that I grew up with, including my younger brother, over the last 28 years that I've been in Texas, they've all died, right? So I'm like the resident eulogist for all of my niggas. Like they like, hey, ain't nobody else eulogizing us except that nigga Apollo, because my street name before I got saved was Apollo the Great, right? So they was like, yeah, you only you can do our funerals. So our homie Big D died. Okay. And Big D was like the voice of the Inland Empire. He was the MC of MCs. I want you to think Ed Lover. I want you to think DJ Khaled. I want you to think that type of voice. You know what I'm saying? That type of bravado, that type of magnetism. That's who Big D was. So we go to the funeral. And I mean, Big D was a heavyset dude, right? And so obviously they had me say some words. You know, we got to say condolences to the family. I go up and look at him, and Big D was one of the most clowningest niggas of like all time, right? So he was the first person to roast you, the first person to, you know, and everything was looking ass. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get your tie looking at, you know what I mean? Everything was looking ass, right? And so, you know, I looked in the casket, and I give the funeral home a C- on how he looked. Right? So we get outside. You know, we just chilling. And I'm out there with 3 or 4 of my homies. And I said, everybody's like, man, you know, everybody's just kind of somber and silent. And I just said, that nigga Big D looked like a melted chocolate sundae. And they was like,
everybody laughed.
They was weak. Said, if you don't get your melted chocolate looking ass out of here. Because what else are we going to do right here? We already sad. We already crying. We got to switch this up at this point.
Yeah, we got to laugh.
We got to laugh, because if he was here, that's what he would be doing right now. And he would be clowning. And so I am grateful that you were self-aware enough to know what you needed right now, in the midst of all that sad, in the midst of all that is lonely, your dog dying too, quiet, right? Different rhythm. In the midst of all that, to know that you needed to laugh today, girl, you setting a new template. You setting a whole new template for this segment, for sure. Because now people will, because this is a need.
Yes.
Right? This is not like I need to escape. This is like, in the midst of everything else that I've accepted and that I'm already grieving over, I just need to laugh real quick. Just
I got a therapist. I go lay my burners down on her couch.
I love it.
That's my space to do that.
Yeah.
But This my space to kiki. You know, to be like, what's up, cousin? How you been?
I love it. I love it. I've been good too. I've been good. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
We just out here
I
chatting.
do have a funny story for you.
Hit me
We were
with the
talking
funny
about
story. I
elementary
want it.
school,
Uh-huh.
and I am a biracial woman. My mom is white and my dad is black.
But
And
is
I
she
was
okay? But
all-
hold on now, hold on, because this is you giving me some texture to the family tree. Is she white
Mhm.
chocolate or is she white?
I consider my mom Caucasian. Like she got some Cajun seasoning.
Baby.
So she not spicy white like tattoos, braids, goes in her mouth.
Okay. Okay.
She's still a very
Is that what y'all call it in
white
Florida?
food.
Spicy white?
Spicy white. Yeah, I consider my mom Caucasian. She is a white woman.
Yep.
She, she don't use ebonics or anything like that.
Yep.
But my mom is a hoot. She the life of the party.
Yep.
She feels comfortable in every room that she's in.
Yep.
She got a potty mouth, but she don't try to emulate blackness.
Got it.
She always made sure I understood my blackness. Like she named me after Alex Haley.
I love that. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow.
And I ended up being a writer myself. So it's like, it's crazy.
That's
But
awesome.
my mom is Caucasian. That's what I consider her.
Okay. Caucasian mommy.
So
Okay.
I went to performing arts schools my whole life.
Okay.
So I'm probably in kindergarten, first grade, and we're in art class. And we started mixing colors. I was like, oh, this is cool. You got your primary colors, you start mixing.
Mm-hmm.
So I went home. My mom picked me up and I said, Mom, why aren't I gray? She's like, Haley, what are you talking about? I was like, today in class, we mixed black and white and it made gray.
Oh my God, out of the mouth of a child.
So my mom had to explain to me
Oh,
as
it's
a
so
6-year-old, like,
sweet.
yeah.
It's
she
so
like, "Girl."
innocent. You should have been gray.
Yeah. I was like, I don't understand. Like, it was the first thing, not how was your day? Not what, Mom, why am I not gray? Are you lying to me?
Do I
Are you
belong
not
to
my
you?
mom?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did y'all adopt me?
Yeah, because in that time, like, I'm only 30, but even still then, like living in Florida, I could understand the difference of like being around my mom, like even in the grocery store, people would ask if we were together. Like, I'm 6, of course I'm with an adult. But they would never ask me that when I was with my dad. So at a young age, I really understood that there was a difference, or like
Yeah.
they wouldn't associate me and my mom together.
Or
So I was,
or your mama rescued you.
you know,
You know what I'm saying? Or
she's the
adopted
nanny
you.
or something. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That is, yeah. I mean, but listen, the narrative of race is so baked into this country. Condoleezza Rice said it best. She said, racism is America's ugly birthmark.
Mhm.
Right? It's not like a cute birthmark that's like on your left butt cheek or something that only your intimate partner's gonna find out about. It's that
right here across your forehead.
it's a slathered birthmark. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a mole, so it's kind of raised.
You took the okay. We cousins
got
for
a
real.
hair growing out of
girl, you we're cousins. Okay, because I would. Okay, we're cousins because when I tell you I was about to say exactly what you said, almost verbatim, that I can't even chase it now. Yes, we just said that. It is not a cute birthmark.
Yeah.
It's the ugly. It's like an egg was cracked over your face, and then the egg fried and just stayed there.
Yep.
And you didn't even like get to break the yolk, so it has a lump as well.
Yep.
It's one fried
That's
egg
exactly.
right over your face.
And it's like, it don't have to be that.
Yeah.
Like even growing up, I used to ask my teachers on standardized tests. There was no 2 or more races. It was select one. So I would raise my hand and be like, what do I select? And my teachers would be like white in the face.
Wow.
Like,
But they were already
like,
white in the
choose
face, though,
whatever
right? Sorry.
most of them.
Yes.
So it's like, I was a bold child. So I'm going to ask the question, like, I raised knowing that I am equally black and white.
Yeah, for sure.
But that taught me that society sees me differently. Society only sees me one way.
Right. Now, do you have family members? Are you the only biracial family in your Ross world?
Not now.
Okay.
Like around the time we were kids, yes. My mom's the only white family member, but that's auntie. She come around. My mama was a family member as well.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just wanted to
But
know,
yes,
like,
at the time we were.
like if the cousins was like on your neck about being light skinned and biracial and all that kind of stuff.
Not really.
Okay.
I don't have any cousins on the white side. My
Mhm.
mom's the only child.
Oh, okay.
Um, and then on the black side, I got 72 cousins, and they range from an infant to 55.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, like a lot of my first cousins have children my age.
Yeah. When
So it's like,
I moved out here in 97, my daddy told me, before you date anybody in Dallas, find out their last name and then look back to the root to make sure you ain't dating one of your cousins. When I tell you we deep, we are deep.
I know.
Yeah, we deep.
Listen, and then I had to shake both sides of my fraternal side
Mm-hmm.
because my last name should be Smith. However, my dad has a ghetto twin, so he has a brother 2 weeks younger than him. And my grandmother, who's a Ross, said, my kid's gonna have my name. So I'm a Ross because of my grandmother.
Wow.
So I gotta shake the Smith and the Ross side to be like,
Right, exactly. I had a person on the show yesterday, Haley, whose dad is a lawyer. She's 26. Okay, she was on the basement. We did her basement recording yesterday. She's on.
I was about to say I watched Wide Open yesterday.
Yeah. This was a basement recording,
Okay.
right? So it'll drop in the near future. But she sits down and she goes, "Hey, my daddy did some research and we're cousins." I said, "How we cousins?" And she said, "My uncle is the nephew of your great grandmother." And I said, "What her name is?" Because I knew if she said Adele, it was a rap, right? And she said Adele, and I was like, "Oh, then we cousins,
We're cousins.
like blood cousins." So like you do got to check, because I think some people that's out here attracted to their second cousin, and it's cray cray.
I have some guilty pleasure shows, and Family or Fiance is one because it just be ridiculous.
Okay.
And it was literally people on there. They said they are third cousins getting ready to get married.
I don't think I could psychologically have it in my head.
Listen,
And-
the whole time I'm like, y'all talking about all these other problems, how y'all kids don't get along. Y'all forgot that y'all cousins. It don't matter if your kids get along; they're already cousins.
Yo. Yeah, that's having brother and sister cousins is wild. Yeah, third cousins, that's too close.
Too close. Her mom and the man she's marrying grew up together because they're second cousins.
That ain't it. Nah, fam. Nah, fam.
Yep.
I mean, if Juliet was my third cousin, I would have to fade. I would have to curve her. I couldn't psychologically get past that. As fine as she
no
is,
more.
and then I'd be like, really. Then I'd have to like go pray, because then I'm like, why are my cousins so fine? Like, and then you know what I mean? It's so
They're
weird.
so unique.
Oh my God. Yeah, no third cousins, fam. Yeah, we can't
Yeah,
go.
that's what that couple should have did. They should have prayed first, so
They-
God could tell them you acting a fool.
Yeah. Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't. And they have kids?
They do not have kids together.
Okay, cool.
She ended up saying that she miscarried a child. And in my mind, I'm like, it's because you're cousins, but I didn't want to be insensitive.
Haley, go to bed.
Okay.
Go to bed, Haley. You on my nerves. You on my nerves. I can just hear you talking to the TV.
Yep. And that's why I watch them shows, because I'd be like, Haley, your life is hard, but it ain't that hard. So I'd be like, you gonna be all right.
It ain't 600-pound life hard.
It is not.
It ain't fix my life, Ayana Van Zandt hard.
It is not. I get my Ayala when I go to therapy. I'd be like, sis.
Yeah, that is
You
hilarious.
sit on this couch and cry and tell me how I'm wrong.
Oh my God, I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for calling.
Of course.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
I'm just glad you called to like Chop it up. That's like, this is like a dope. This is a dope way to start.
Yeah, I feel like you say often, it doesn't always have to be like group therapy. It don't always have to be so hard. We can literally call and talk about anything. So
anything.
Call and talk about anything.
And you like no, you set the template though. Like I think you set the bar of like giving people permission to like, cause all of this is therapy. All of this is healing. All of this is this is holistic. Everything ain't that deep. Everything don't need to be a tear. Everything ain't that serious. And even if it is, sometimes you need a pivot and you need a break. And you just modeled that very well. And as a Ross, I expect nothing less.
You know how we do.
This is how we get down, girl. We trendsetters and go-getters, for real, for real. Well, tell the rest of the family I said hi.
I will.
Especially
I'll
my
be sending this
namesakes.
to some of my favorite cousins when we're done.
Oh, tell them I love them. I love them all, okay?
Yep, I will.
Okay. Have a great day. I love you, Haley.
Love you too, cousin. Bye.
All right, bye. Hey, my family cute.
Oh, she cute.
My family is
She
cute. That's just the way our family. Like we got pretty people in our family. I got pretty people in my
And
family.
y'all are funny too.
I got pretty people in my family. When she said, listen, I can't deal. I can't deal. My family cute. Okay, who's next?
We got Helen
What's
coming
poppin'?
up. Helen, you are on with Tim Ross. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for answering my call. I'll jump right into my question.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of my workout, so I'm out of breath.
No
Don't mind
worries.
me.
You are intentional for real, for real. She was like, I'm gonna get these burpees in and get this call in at the same time. Let's get it.
Right?
Let's
Might
get
as
it,
well
Helen.
while I'm waiting.
For sure. I
Yeah,
love it. What's
okay.
poppin'?
So just some background. So a friend of mine who I invited to my church gave her life to Christ and is now married to her boyfriend, who's also now a Christian and attending our church. The issue is that they live together. So the church won't marry them because they live together. So they told them they can't get married in the church. And they also told them they can't get baptized and should wait until they marry because they're not planning to move out before they get married. So this is just say like a really beautiful and healthy church. And I understand their perspective, obviously, since they're living in sin, but I also feel like not allowing them to marry in the church is kind of pushing them away, and they kind of feel like they've been neglected and kind of pushed out. So love to hear what your perspective is on this. Like, should people who are living together, planning to get married, planning their wedding in like the next in August. So should they be allowed to marry in their church? Should they get baptized while they're living together? I will actually talk to leaders in my church to kind of get a better understanding on their perspective, but would love to hear your thoughts too. Obviously, because I invited this friend to church, I feel responsible for her, and I don't want this to be a hurt that kind of pushes her out of the church. So trying to do my part in kind of rectifying the situation.
Oh, Helen, you are a sweet woman. I love you. I love your sensitivity. I love your care. I love your concern. And I love that you are seeking out wisdom on how to help your friend navigate this. So kudos to you. And thank you for trusting me to process it with you. Okay, so
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, I want to make sure I have the details right. This couple had already been living together, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Neither one of them were believers in Jesus.
Nope.
They have both come to the faith. Sounds like maybe in the last 90 to 120 days.
Yeah, it's been like, I would say 6 months now. So it took some time, of us talking for them to realize, obviously, then they need to kind of move on, whether like decide to get married or not, right?
Yep.
And that was a hard decision for them, and so they're really doing everything they can to live right.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now they've decided to get married. They're planning their wedding as fast as they can, but yes, they're still
Right. So they're planning their wedding as fast as they can.
living together.
Yeah. Okay. And they're planning their wedding as fast as they can. August is this year,
Yeah.
right? Like They didn't plan it for like 2027. Like it's gonna happen this year, and the church doesn't want to baptize them until they're married, and wouldn't perform the wedding because they live together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, the first thing I'll say is that every church government has their own convictions and ways that they go about handling whatever situations arise within their specific faith community.
Right.
And there are nuances that when I was a lead pastor, I always considered. And the nuances are very, very important. If you go read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you will find that Jesus didn't even do miracles the same way, depending on who he was interacting with. Because
Right.
every situation is nuanced. So miracles still happen, but he didn't do it the same way. There was no cookie cutter process for how he did anything that he did when he was interacting with people. So as I hear you telling me this situation, if again, I'm not going to speak on behalf of your church community. If this were to come across my desk when I was the lead pastor of a church, and I heard exactly what you just told me, I would say, hey, why don't you set a time for me to sit down and talk with the couple, right? I'd chop it up with them for a bit. And then I would say, hey, are you two opposed to just going to the justice of the peace
Mhm.
and getting married? You're still planning your event in August. Because that's all a wedding is. A wedding is an event.
Right.
A wedding isn't marriage. It's an event, right? So, and that's why it's in August, because it's an event, and you got to plan an event, you got to find a venue, and then you got to give people the date and tell them to save it, and then you got to tell people where to come, and then you got to plan to feed these people that are going to come watch you kiss, which is weird, but that's what we do, right? That's what weddings are. And so that's the event. Girl, do you know how many people I have married in private who have been married for a year before they have their public wedding?
Yeah, it's so true.
And some of their parents don't even know.
Yeah, it's funny. I almost feel like people feel like it's going to be less special
Right.
if they're already married. But let's be honest, you're already living together, right?
They
So,
have been rocking each other's bodies
Yeah.
for a while. So it ain't like there's mystery behind the white dress and the veil.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I sound crass, but I'm just like, they've already done everything.
hmm
So I would be like, hey, hit the JP, right? And get y'all's license. And I would do all the baptism, and I would do all, and I would perform the wedding. And if anybody had a problem, they could talk to me about it.
Right. So you would if they went and got married, but what if they did not? What if they were like, no, we are going to wait until the set date to sign the papers?
Yeah.
How would you move forward with that?
Then I would tell them I wouldn't baptize them until after the wedding, and I would perform the wedding.
You would perform the wedding in
Absolutely.
the church or outside the church, or does it matter?
I'd perform it in the church, outside of the church. I'd do it on a boat. I'd do it next to a goat. I'll turn it into a Dr. Seuss rhyme. I'll do it
Okay,
on a
so
roof.
It doesn't matter to you.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to
Yeah,
me.
I'm assuming probably the concern is like, oh, we're setting a bad example, that we're like condoning this. But just because you perform the wedding, it doesn't mean that you condone living in sin. You're just supporting them in their wedding, their
Listen,
marriage.
let me tell you this. Jesus encountered an angry mob that found a woman caught in the act of adultery. Now, I don't know how they find a man, but they sure did find this woman. Okay? And they yanked her out of this situation and brought her straight to Jesus. And Jesus was like, there's nobody here to accuse you, after he got done with this crowd, right? And they dispersed. And then he said, go and sin no more.
Right.
Like, I am a case-by-case person.
Mm-hmm.
And the scenario that you just presented to me would not hinder me from performing their wedding. That's exactly what we want for them.
Exactly.
Is to be
because
married.
it's like they're so new in their marriage. Just like now, if the church isn't going to perform their wedding, where are they supposed to go? They have no
Exactly.
premarital counseling, like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not rob them of that. This is a unique circumstance. Of course, it wouldn't be the cookie cutter thing. And no, we're not, by doing this, do we condone two believers that have already been in the faith that now they're going to move in together and live together and then get married later. No, this is a specific circumstance that I don't need to divulge the details of to the rest of the community.
Exactly.
But if the next couple I'm presented with, and the parameters are different, and they're both believers in Jesus Christ, and now they want to move in together for 2 years before they get married, I'm gonna be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
So again, when people use stencils where they should use wisdom, you get this cookie cutter thing that just, you wind up cutting stuff up that doesn't need to be cut up.
Yeah.
And again, this is only one man's opinion, but this is for what it's worth. That's my perspective.
Yeah, thank you so much. Really helpful, Tim. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Helen. Thank you so much for allowing me to just talk through it with you. I hope it helped.
It does. Love you guys. Have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we can't be using stencils on people. Like, we really shouldn't. Like, we gotta pay attention to the details, y'all. Like, we are so quick to like spaz out and be like, oh my God, I would never. And it's like, just listen. How about you just listen real quick? Because in this particular scenario, what better way to have disciples for Jesus Christ forever than to go, hey, it started like this, but it ended like this. And this can happen for you too. As opposed to just being like, oh, can't come in the tabernacle now. I saw you out there talking to a leper. What? Sorry, whatever. So anyway, who's next?
Keyshawn, hopefully I'm saying that right. My brother, you are on with Tim Ross.
Hey, Keyshawn, how you doing, man?
What's up, Tim?
You doing all right?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Okay, One Piece.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Anime.
Okay, so I got 2 questions.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me get through it before my nervousness and anxiety take me over.
Okay.
So,
Bro trying to cheat his
questions.
nervous system. I love it.
Listen, if I got to get it out, I got to get it out right.
I love it.
All right, so the first question is about dealing with addiction. Currently I want to be able to be free from the addiction of weed and smoking.
Okay.
Because that's not something that I want to take with me throughout my life.
Yes, sir.
I'm 23. I want to be able to, whenever I have kids, I want to be able to play with them without having to be huffing and puffing all the time, because that's lame.
Yep.
And it's really just not good for my daily life. So yeah, I wanted a plan, or maybe you could, if you could help me, like try to break down something to like where I can like focus on an attack on trying to like get it out of the way, so that way I can be free from it.
For sure. And that was the first question. What's the second?
Oh, okay. So the second is about a different thing. It's about my relationship.
Okay.
So I want to be able to um, help my girlfriend get the like get a good amount of confidence to where that she can walk in a room and feel like she's like um she belongs there
Okay.
without me having to be there in the room with her. I want to be able to support her to the point where she can do it herself.
Yes, sir.
So I want to know like what I should be able to or what I can do to propel her in that way.
Absolutely. Okay. Good. Thank you, Keyshawn. Yo, I appreciate you. I
Yeah.
love you. And you did great. That was easy. Okay, so
Thanks, Tim.
so let's deal with it in order. Breaking any addiction has to have a strategy. There has to be a plan of attack. And so I am a very practical, pragmatic person when it comes to, hey, we're going to change a pattern or we're going to change a behavior. So let's just walk through it practically. Where do you get your weed from?
A dispensary.
Okay. So you get your weed from a dispensary. And what have you been using weed for?
Usually to relax after work. I'll usually do it like when I'm playing my video games. Like I said, if it was like a long day at work,
Mhm.
I would use it. Usually those two, yeah.
Okay. So if it's been used primarily for relaxation and for a way to regulate, right? A way to reset, what is going to be the replacement for weed? Because you're going to still need to reset if we stop doing weed. So what is going to be the replacement for you to regulate?
Well, the first thing that came into my mind was trying to keep myself active, like going to the gym. As of recent, I've been trying to play basketball later towards like in night because that's usually when I feel the temptation to do it the most. So I'll go out and I hoop usually on weekends, and then if I can't do it on weekends, I'll try to go to the gym on weekdays.
Okay. I'm being very, very meticulous on purpose, okay? So if this feels like I'm needling and you start to get uncomfortable, I'm pointing it out so you know, okay? The gym is
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
for sure. Okay, so the gym is good and playing basketball is good, but neither one of those things are relaxing.
Very true.
You smoke weed when you put the car in park, not when the car is in drive. So I want you to think about you playing video games and the whole, because when you talk about addiction has body movements to it. It has, you used to putting that blunt up to your lips. You used to blowing the smoke. You used to like all the things, right? And so you're gonna be in a relaxed environment in your house, trying to de-stress, trying to regulate. You're playing your video games. You're chilling out after a long day. What are we gonna reach for instead? Like what's gonna be that's what I want you to envision. That's what you have to envision when we're talking about breaking cycles.
Okay.
And you may not
Honestly, I'm not.
yeah, you may not know the answer right
Yeah, no,
now.
I'm just. Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, what can I do to replace that? But I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Yeah. And hey, that's a great answer though, Keyshawn. You don't have to know right now. But that's what has to be investigated. Right? Because when
Mhm.
my porn addiction, there is a whole rhythm that goes to that porn addiction. Right? And so breaking that meant I have to figure out what to do with my body when I'm in a hotel room in the bed. I have to figure out, what am I going to do with an erect penis? Because I know the habit that I have created for my body in this type of situation. When I am triggered, and because my core trauma wounds are attachment and abandonment. So when I feel abandoned, or when I feel detached, what am I going to reach for instead of porn? Because ain't nothing going to give me the same feeling as porn. Ain't nothing like that dopamine hit. So what is going to be different? And is it going to be, how will I be okay with it? Outside of the power of the Holy Spirit and outside of, praying and putting on some worship music, what are the practical things I'm going to do to retrain my body? And for me, it was either reading the Bible, watching Lakers highlights. I'm talking about like some really practical stuff, right? Putting my phone on the opposite side of the room when I set my alarm, and getting into bed and not scrolling. So that's what you're going to have to think about when it comes to that.
Okay.
And just take some time to investigate it, and you're going to come up with it.
Got it.
Okay? How does that feel?
At least I now know like what I can, or what I should be able to plan for.
Yep.
I guess for now it's just me having to try to find what exactly that is.
Yep.
Because I'm not really sure right now. This is like the first day that I'm really like buckling down on trying to let this go.
I love it.
So I guess it'll be like a process.
For sure.
A little scared, but it's for the best. Especially because it's definitely not the best. Like I'm trying to be an example for my family.
Yes, sir.
I want to be able to, whenever I have children or get a wife, I want to be able to be that person that's like not caught up in addictions, and I want to be free from it, so that way I can be the man that I'm supposed to be.
Man, I'm so proud of you, Keyshawn. You remind me of my dad right now, because my dad would tell me all the time, as I got older, he was like, yeah, I used to be a chronic chain smoker, and I used to smoke PCP, and I used to smoke weed. And we were like, you lying. Like, Daddy, you ain't ever done none of that. He was like, yes, I did. I smoked all that. And he said, I only stopped because I didn't want you to smell smoke on me. Like, when I tell you, there was no like, I asked the Lord to free me and he delivered me from all of my bondage. That joker said, I just didn't want you to smell smoke on me. So I just stopped altogether. And the people that have a desire to quit an addiction have a 100% chance of quitting an addiction. So Keyshawn, you're going to be all right, homie. And I'm super proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
And you're not alone. You're not alone,
Thank
bro. You got people in the Discord and people in the live chat that are already identifying with you. And so I commend you, bro. Okay, let's talk about your girl. All right. My answer.
Yes, sir.
My answer for this question. First of all, how long you been dating her? Give me all that.
All right. So we're about to hit 2 years in April.
Congratulations.
Our anniversary is actually on her birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I asked her to be my girlfriend on her birthday because I thought that'd be a little gift.
Yeah, that's dope.
I don't know if that's corny or not, but
it worked.
But
she said yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. So everything's been good so far. We communication's been great. Actually we went to high school together, and we were best friends in high school. And of course we didn't know that we had those feelings for each other, but later down in life we reconnected, and then here we are. So
that's dope, bro. Okay. So based on what you said, it sounds like you have been very supportive of your girlfriend by being present when she does something.
Yep.
Okay. And you want her to grow and develop the courage and the boldness to be able to do things without you being there.
Yeah, I mean, not that I necessarily have to be there, but without me having to like constantly, well, not I don't want to say constantly because then it makes it seem like I'm, being rude about it, but I want her to be able to have her own sense of reassurance without me having to, give it as often. Does that make sense? I don't know if that.
It makes perfect sense. So do
Okay.
you feel like without that reassurance, you see her kind of go down?
No, because she definitely is still doing the work.
Yep.
So she's even if I don't, she'll try to do it herself, and I'm very proud of her for that because it is kind of hard for her.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that she's even trying right now, that's I can really appreciate that. So
Yep.
yeah, I just want her to be able to be a little bit more steady in that incline.
Got you. Okay, so that is going to happen. And if that's something that you feel like you want to wean yourself from to see that grow in her, take 2 steps back. Leave her a voice note on Monday and tell her, anytime you feel down, play this back. Right? I believe in you. I love you. You can do it. All the things, like whatever the words of affirmation are, leave it on a voice note. Every Monday, I'm gonna send you this, and whenever you feel like you are feeling like you're not gonna make it or that you're not confident, play this back. And I'm doing it once a week on Mondays.
Okay, understood.
You feel me?
Got it.
Feel me?
Got you. I got you.
Right? It's like, because here's the thing. When people are growing in a certain area, it doesn't mean that we have to exhaust ourselves and try to keep refilling something that might have some holes in it because they're just not patched up yet, because they're still growing and they're still kind of sewing up and they're still trying to remedy some things that they might be deficient in. Bro, we got enough technology where we can use it to our advantage, and I would definitely use that voice note section as my inspiration of the week.
Yep.
How's that land on you?
Yeah, I mean that works. That's definitely something I can implement. Yeah, I mean I just want to, if I can be able to do that and then start to see like the growth in her, because she's definitely growing, and I definitely see that. So I want her to know that I see her growth.
Yep.
So yeah, I can definitely do that, and hopefully it'll be good for her. I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my sense is that because we all grow at different paces, right?
Yeah.
And I can sense that you want something for her, because we can see it, right? We can see it in the people that we love. It's like you got it. I don't even understand why this is an issue for you. You know what I'm saying? But we all got little hangups and challenges that make it difficult for us to see ourselves sometimes in the way that our loved ones see us. And so I can sense that you want it for her. I also want to just ask you to be patient with her. Give her what she needs, not at the expense of you, not at the expense of you overextending yourself. But then also just celebrate the pace that she's growing at, because she's you already said she's on that ascent. Just celebrate the pace that she's on. And I say this as a cheat code because there were things that I saw in Juliet that it took her a while to see, and I'm like, it's easy, just do this, this, and this, and child, that did not go well.
That's my problem.
Yeah,
that's my problem right there.
You know what I'm saying?
The same thing. I'm like, all you got to do is this. It's right here.
Yo, absolutely. And then there were areas where Juliet would do that with me, and it was only when that thing got reversed, and she was like, "Babe, it's easy because all you got to do is." And when I tell you, I had fire in my chest. I had the fires of Mordor hanging out right below my trachea, and I was like, "Hey, you gonna stop dismissing the difficulty that I'm having with this situation? It is not as easy as you're saying that it is." And I was like, oh, now I understand the situation. So be patient with her pace, and use that voice note section.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Just one more thing before I go.
Okay.
We have Luka, right?
Yes.
Why have we lost 7 out of the last 10 games? Make that make sense.
Yeah, bro.
Make that make sense.
Because
but Bronny's been cooking though. You saw him against the Bucks. He had 17.
Yep.
I think he shot like 70% or something like that, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Silencing the haters, and I love it.
Yo, bro.
I love it because they were dogging on him early.
Yeah, they were. Bronny had the opportunity. There was 2 ways it could have gone with him being on the Lakers with his dad. It could have completely shut him down, and he just wound up bombing, right? Or, I mean, this boy has been in the limelight since he was born, right? And so the big lights didn't deter him. He stuck to what he was going to do, and now he is developing nicely like a NBA rookie should. And he's showing some glimpses of some good stuff. When it comes to Luka and LeBron playing together, they have showed us what they can do, and that both of them are not going to have an issue being on the court together. The thing is chemistry, and a deadline trade with a polarizing, and I'm saying that in the positive, a polarizing player like Luka changes the dynamics of your team. And it's only been a month and a half since, it's not even been a full month and a half since this trade took place. So, no, wait a minute. Was it in?
It's been close.
Okay, it's been close to 2 months.
though,
Okay,
right?
yeah, okay, it's been close to 2 months. I'm thinking about since he's been on the court, it's been about a month and a half. Because when he first got there, he still wasn't playing because his calf was healing. So it's been about a month and a half, and that's not a lot of time. Obviously, we've seen glimpses of like, oh man, when they get this dialed in, it's gonna be a problem. But it ain't dialed in yet. Rui's been hurt. There was one game where it was just Dalton Connect, Luka, and Reeves. You know what I mean? They almost beat the Denver Nuggets in that game with no LeBron, no Rui. So as long as we're healthy going into the playoffs, I don't care where we are in the seed as long as we're not in the play-in. We're going to be a problem. Because the game slowed down. Once you get into a series.
I'm worried No, I'm worried about the Oklahoma City because man, them boys are going crazy because Shea, he's top. I think he's in the race for the MVP.
Yep.
So if we have to face him, like I think we can get to the conference finals, but if we've got to face them in the conference finals, that might be a little tough. Because they've got a great big in Chet Holmgren too.
They do, but they're young. And this is the only time experience comes into play. If they make it to the conference finals, how many guys on that team have been to the conference finals? And what I mean by that is 82 games plus playoffs. How many of those athletes' bodies are conditioned to still be operating at optimal performance that late in the season? LeBron's prepared for that.
Yep.
Luka's prepared for that. Rui is prepared for that. Reeves is prepared for that. So the game changes when it's a series like that, 7 games. LeBron can figure out mostly anybody in 7 games. If he figured out the Warriors, he can figure them out. He figured out the 73-9 Warriors.
Which was an insane series.
Right?
Absolutely insane series.
That was a chess match.
Right.
So I mean, Chet is a big, but he ain't a big. He ain't got the weight yet in the paint. He can be moved around. LeBron can play the 5
Very true.
and knock this dude off the block. So, you know what I'm saying? So I am.
Yeah.
I will take our chances this year. I think in the free agency we will shore up the big situation that we have with the loss of Anthony Davis. But I think we can make it deep into the playoffs. I really do.
Yeah, I think we've got it. But let me go ahead and get out of here so you guys can pick up some other calls.
Bro,
right.
I love you so
Bye,
much,
Ken.
Keyshawn. Thank you for calling. All right, love you, man.
All right, thank you, man. I love you too.
All right, peace.
Bye.
I love this community. Doggone it. These are my people for life.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I love how light it has been.
Is she
too.
coming up?
I haven't heard. So I'm just a messenger. So don't shoot me.
Okay.
He
Your
does
wifey.
he has a gun, so yeah. It's good.
Your wifey disagrees. She has a different perspective, and we need to ease up on Pete, Sir Pete Dinklage.
Dinkley.
She's coming up
Okay.
to share her perspective.
Okay.
Wait, Peter.
Dinklage,
Oh, the dwarf.
the dwarf.
I mean, little guy.
yeah.
She's talking about what we talked about 2.5
Yeah.
hours
well,
ago.
Well, I saw it late, and I was like, "Do you want to come elaborate and give your perspective?"
It's really funny.
And
Why
I
doesn't she elaborate tomorrow?
I mean, there's that too.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that too.
So funny. I disagree with you, husband. It's hilarious. She's so cute.
She
Okay.
is cute.
Danny.
Danny boy.
Donnie Brasco.
Oh, Danny boy.
What it do, baby?
What's going on, Danny?
Hey, dude, to be real, sitting here waiting for you guys, I got so nervous, bro. I deleted Discord 8 times yesterday, so I didn't message Derek back. Like, hey, dog, never mind. You know, no one wants to hear my stuff, but I refrained and just deleted Discord instead to backing out.
That is so funny. It's all
Bro,
good. Thank you for calling in, Danny. What's popping?
Hey, so most people talk about like a midlife crisis, and dog, I'm going through a young life crisis, bro. I feel like I've white knuckled it through everything in my life.
Wow.
And now like being married, it's like that don't work. Like I've read all the books. I've gone to multiple different counselors. I've watched all the videos. I've done everything that I possibly could do, and it just don't work. Like it's not tight. But I'm starting to realize like I'm not very regulated because I have so much stuff in my life
Okay.
that maybe that would be a good place to start. Is if other people aren't going to be regulated, then I should be regulated so I can just deal with it and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, thank you, man, for your vulnerability and for calling in to kind of process this. what are you trying to get at? Like
So, well, just
yeah,
a little backstory, like try and
please.
go like quickly through it. You know,
Yeah.
like my mom and dad divorced when I was 4.
Okay.
I definitely am not upset with them at all. I mean, my dad was a drug user, and he wouldn't stop. But he was like a functional one. Like he made lots of money, was doing really good in life. You know, my mom just couldn't deal with it. So I don't blame my mom for leaving. My dad raised me, my mom raised my sister, and my dad and I were best friends. And he taught me a lot, but he wasn't very regulated all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He worked a lot, but then I got to try like every sport that I ever wanted, but he was just never really like there for it.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got older and had my own kids, like I got why. Like he was paying my mom child support so that he could have me, but then help my mom raise my sister, you know, with money. But then my mom let my dad have me, you know. So like he was working hard so I could have dirt bikes and have this and that so that, you know, blah, blah, whatever. So dealing with that with him and just trying to like help him with his emotions throughout, you know, life, even being a young kid. And I kind of just turned into that class clown, you know, like everybody laughs at Danny. Everybody thinks Danny's funny. I'm everyone's best friend while I'm hurting, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then when I was 8, I got introduced to like hardcore porn.
Okay.
And that started a whole entire thing from like 8 to 26.
Okay.
And then I got married, or no, back up just a little bit. So then, you know, fast forward, things with my dad were really hard and he just got really volatile and stuff. So when I was 16, I pretty much just bounced. I was like, I'm out, bro. This is too much. So I had couch hop. And then I got really heavily into drugs myself, like heroin and pills and smoking heroin and pills and stuff. And then that was from like 16 to 20. And I used to sell and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized quickly, if you're not willing to like stay strapped and catch a body, like that's just not for you. So I got out of like selling pretty quick because that's just not it.
Yeah.
So I turned 20, got clean, and I pretty much just overnight in the middle of the night just left town, changed my phone number, left town, and just pretty much Anne Franked myself just to get away, you know?
Yeah.
And then I get married, you know, porn was still an issue. Didn't really know that it was bad just because I was so used to doing it. That's kind of like the societal norm. And then my wife found out, she was super upset. And I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't really know that was bad, you know, like, but I'll try not to do it. So I pretty much didn't do it. But then there was like lots of emotional affairs on her end. And then so much toxicity, domestic violence, you know, just crazy stuff. So we ended up getting divorced because I just didn't know what to do. Then we get back together and that was like crazy and wild. But now we've been back for 6 years and we have 2 extra kids from that. So 4 kids total. And we've been back together for like 6 years and just trying to make it work. And, you know, like white knuckling it through all that stuff. Like I quit alcohol like a year ago because I was drinking too much. I quit nicotine and tobacco like 6 months ago after doing that for like two decades. So my point is like, I've white knuckled it through everything with like no help.
Yep.
And like just being married, it's like, why can't I white knuckle it through this? Like I've read everything. I've done everything. Like I have ADHD. My son has it. My wife has it. I've done so much research trying to like help them. I tried to help my dad. My dad passed away a year ago.
Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
It's just like, man, I just don't know what to do. I want to cry, but I can't cry. I feel like everyone's relying on me to like hold the whole world together. You know, I wake up in my sleep screaming and I don't know why. It's just, I'm trying so hard and I just don't know what to do.
Yes, sir. Why don't you stop
It
by?
even feels good to cry right now, man. It's the first time I've cried in so long, just getting it out.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Danny, why don't you just cry? Because this
It goes
sounds...
away quick when it does come. It's already starting to go away. I just don't even know how to.
Well...
I'm just angry, man. I'm sad and I'm angry and life's just not going the way that I planned it to go. And I'm just... Oh man, I'm trying so hard, trying so dang hard to make it work.
I can hear it. Tell me more about your anger.
Well, all my best friends, like all of us got into drugs together and some of them are dead. Some of them are still doing it. One of them married my high school sweetheart, which I'm really happy for them. They seem like they're really good for each other. Like they actually really go well together. But I know that I can't be friends with him because that's just probably really uncomfortable for them. Mm-hmm. My wife wouldn't really be cool with that either. But like everybody at work loves me now. Like I could have lots of friends, but I just don't really want friends. I want my old friends back, you know? So it's hard to try to like connect with people that deeply. Like I
Mhm.
just don't feel like no one will have my back like those people did, especially when like you're running amok and running the town and selling drugs and just stuff like that. Like there's a deeper bond that someone's willing to die for you in a way, but and then I'm angry that my dad's dead.
Yeah.
I'm angry that my marriage is not really working. I'm angry that I'm not as close with my mom and my mom won't listen to me. It's just tough.
Yeah, man.
I'm mad that my wife still won't trust me after 6 years. Every time we go somewhere, if a girl walks by, she's like, "Why are you looking at her? You're such a pig. I don't even know why I'm with you." It's like, I'm not. I'm sorry that I did those things to you. I just want her to be happy. I want my kids to be happy. I work a lot. I work like 60, 70 hours a week. I run a business on the side. I coach basketball like year round for my kids. I don't sleep. The point is like I'm trying so hard to make it work that I'll outwork everybody, and it's still just not working.
So this word has come up for me at least 5 times. And it's a word that I don't think you're gonna like. And
So I'm open to it though.
okay, it's gonna sound insensitive. It's gonna sound dismissive. It's gonna sound like I have not cared about anything you've said the last 10 minutes. And yet this is the only, I've heard this word at least 5 times since you've been talking.
Yeah.
Relax.
Bro, that's so hard. I know that too. Because I try to tell myself, like, "Hey dog, take a deep breath. Like, you can't save everyone.
Yeah.
It's not your fault your dad died. It's not on you to save him. You can't save everybody. Like, relax." But I can't.
You can. You just don't know how.
Yeah.
You can. You just don't know how. And
I don't.
when you've white knuckled your way through life, relaxation sounds foreign and it feels foreign.
Yeah, it does. So what does that look like?
I'm so glad you asked, Danny. You are working 60, 70 hours a week. You have a job on the side. You are being present for your kids, going to all these basketball games. You're trying to love your wife well, manage the relationship with your mom, grieve the loss of your dad. You are so occupied with everyone else that you haven't taken time to take care of yourself.
Feel guilty.
You feel guilty?
Yeah, to do that. Because we got 4 kids. My wife works full time, plus runs a little side business. She coaches our oldest daughter, basketball year round almost. And I go hunting during the hunting season a couple times. I go fishing a couple times a year, but I feel guilty leaving my wife with the kids because she's so busy too, and she has her own trauma stuff that she's trying to deal with, So I feel guilty, but I know when I don't do it, I'm really short-tempered with everybody. But I don't want to leave my wife and make it harder for her too, So I feel like everyone's relying on me to just hold it together.
Yeah, well, it's not all on you because we're all responsible to carry our own weight. How old are your kids?
11, 9, 5, and 3.
Okay. So, my major concern is just with the amount of sleep you're getting. In a very practical way, this is literally today. I had to speak on Sunday, and when I get on the day that I have to speak, it's like having 10 cups of espresso.
Yeah.
So I didn't go to sleep until after 12. And I woke up at 5:30 to have my Spanish class at 6. And even though I went to sleep after 12, I probably didn't go to sleep till after 1. So I only slept like 4 hours.
Yeah.
4.5 hours probably. And I did my Spanish class, and then I did our Wide Open show yesterday, and then I did a basement episode, and then I told my family I got to go to bed at 9. And I went to bed at 9, and I woke up at 3:30, like my eyes popped open. Actually, it wasn't even 3:30. It might have been 3:15 a.m. And I was like, it's probably going to take me another hour to go back to sleep, and then I would have to be up at 5:30. So I text my Spanish teacher and told her that I can't do the class today. And I slept to after 8 so that I could have a good night's sleep and be rested to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just talking about, like, that was a practical thing I had to do for me to be okay today.
Mm-hmm.
I know you and your wife have a lot on your plate, and you still have to get some sleep.
Yeah.
If you don't have a set bedtime for the kids, it might take a few weeks to get on a structure, especially when you have a full-time job and you're entrepreneurs. I know that work is always present. It's always, there's always something to do. But man, a rhythm and a structure would help you greatly. And so would a Sabbath day, which I know sounds...
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I know that sounds completely foreign in the context that you just gave me. But you have to have a day where you just put everything down.
Yeah. The kids do have the bedtime, and sometimes it's a little tough to get them to sleep. You know, the little ones are going through that phase of, like, they get scared.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not too bad.
Yep.
But then, yeah, the Sabbath day thing, it's like, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why, you know, God rested on the 7th day. He did a lot in those 6 days. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I get it, you know, and it's trying to, like, be gracious to myself that, like, hey, you know, like, take a chill pill. Like, you can do a lot in 6 days, like, rest for one, you know?
Yeah. I need you to have a Chick-fil-A day.
Yeah.
People all over America mourn on Sundays when they drive past a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They want those waffle fries. Chick-fil-A knows they want those waffle fries. They're not giving them to you. Not because they couldn't be open. Not because they couldn't make the money. It's because they honor the Sabbath.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
That makes sense.
God can do more through your 6 days than you can do, Danny, through 7.
Yeah, no, that's true. That makes sense.
So, would it be hard? Do you think it would be impossible for you to implement a Sabbath day into your life and to get some sleep?
I could make it happen. I mean, I sleep more on the weekends, you know,
Yeah,
because I don't
of
have to get
course.
up so early for my actual job, you know. But
All of us. That would be all of us.
yeah, but yeah, no, I could do that.
Yeah.
For sure on that front, you
Yeah.
know. And then with my wife, I don't know what to do with all that. And then grieving my dad, you know, I don't even know what grieving looks like,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Well,
That's hard. He was my best friend.
Yeah, man. I know that all too well. I can identify with you. When did Daddy die last year?
He didn't. So it's been a year and a half. He died
Okay.
in September of 2023.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. There was like a whole bunch going on between him and the family. Like they were going to take away his house because they'd been paying for it and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. They were fighting. So I was playing like trying to talk to my uncle and like calm him down, talking to my dad, trying to explain to him what they're saying and like trying to validate both people because everyone was fighting. And then they told him on like a Friday, hey, bro, like you can keep your house. Like you just have to pay your own bills and like be better. And then my dad died like the next Monday.
Wow.
So my uncle and my dad never even got to hash it out or like tell each other that they loved each other. And they were like best friends growing up, but they were like, I'm going to kill you type stuff, you know? So that was hard to hold that space for both of them. And then just to have them gone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's tough.
Like part of me is grateful that he's not suffering because he's such a nice person and loved everyone and helped out so many people. Like even in like the deepest part of his addiction, you know, he would still give the shirt off his back to people. He was taking homeless people to his house to like feed them and like let them take a shower, and they'd steal from him and he'd be upset and he'd call me and be like, so-and-so did it again, you know, I'm trying to help him. And I'd always tell him like, hey man, like you don't have to help everybody. Like those people don't care. But he just kept doing it, kept helping them. And then, you know, to have him die, it's like, man,
yeah,
it's beautiful in one aspect. Whatever his purpose was, he already fulfilled. You know, God took him home. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you're my best friend.
Yeah, buddy. And that's worth all the tears that you have and all the anger. My dad was the greatest daddy alive. And so I have wept very, very hard for him. I have been very, very angry about his absence. I have been very, very sad. And none of this is all on one day. Sometimes it is all on one day. Grief comes in waves. The agreement I've made with my grief, Danny, is that when it comes, I won't ignore it. And so I just want to encourage you, when you feel that grief coming, when you feel that sadness coming for your daddy, don't ignore it. Don't stuff it down. Don't suppress it. Don't repress it. Engage with it. And however you feel at that time that you are remembering your dad, whether it brings a smile to your face or a frown, whether it makes you happy or sad, whether it makes you glad or mad, just embrace it. Because his life was worthy of all of those emotions.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. And we were built to do hard things.
Yeah, no, that's true.
We are resilient people. And we can do hard things.
What about with my wife? What do you think I should do there? Because obviously I'm trying to get regulated so I don't take it personal. I know there's lots of trauma there. There's trauma before me.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to encourage her to go to counseling, and I know I can't force her to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the greatest gift you can give your wife is a regulated nervous system. So the advice I want to give the advice I want to give you around your wife might sound very antithetical, but leave her alone. Like, stop trying to change, fix, regulate. Just regulate yourself, and she'll know the difference.
Yeah, I've been trying that lately, but then she's more upset with me. Like, hey, why aren't you talking to me? Like, you're just doing your own thing. You're talking to everybody else. You're trying to build relationships with everybody else, but you're not trying to build it with me. It's like, bro, I'm trying. I've been trying.
Yeah, and
so then I feel bad because it's like, am I going the wrong direction or am I not?
No, I don't think you're going the wrong direction. I just think you've stopped doing the dance that you two have been used to doing. And obviously when you move somebody's dance marker, they freak out because they're like, we're supposed to be over here and you're over there. And you just let her know, hey, I love you. And I want to be here with you. And I don't want to argue with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to walk in peace. And I want to treat you in a way that is respectful and honoring. I know that you have a lot of trauma that predates me. And I know there were some things that I've done that have broken trust. And instead of trying to tell you every day how I've changed, I'm just going to show you.
Yeah.
You're not married to the same man.
Well, that's another thing too. Like, we got divorced and then we got back together, but we haven't got remarried yet. And in hindsight, I probably should have like been like, hey, like, I really want to get back with you. Let's go to counseling and live separately and not like do all of the things and move in together and all that. But now we're like 6 years deep, 2 extra kids, so 4 total, you know, living together, doing life, but we're not actually married. And so it's like, I feel really guilty about that. Some pastors have said like, hey, like, you know, what God conjoins together, let not man separate. Some say, well, maybe you guys should separate because you're not married and you guys are doing the whole thing. And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, like, is that why our relationship's not being blessed? Is because like we broke it and then like now we're back together. They're unmarried, but she says she's not ready to get remarried. Like, she's really hurt. Her grandpa died on our wedding day when he came up to Washington from California to see it. He had a brain aneurysm the night before and then died the day of our wedding. Like, there's just so much stuff, so much pain.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that it's hard for her because she's like, that marriage was a waste. My grandpa died on it. I don't know if I'm ready to get married. Like, I love you. I want to be with you forever. But then like, we're just not remarried. So it's like, are we like living in straight up sin and just being fools, or like, is God honoring it because we were married and like we broke it off just by a piece of paper? But like, I don't know. It's so hard to have these answers and know what we're doing because we don't.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, I was on a call with Helen a little while ago. And once again, I think context is everything. And so you all were married. You got legally divorced?
Yeah.
Okay. You got legally divorced. And then you got back together.
Yeah.
And you haven't had a new wedding. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't see an issue here. I just think there's a lot of trauma there. I don't want you to think God somehow is like, hey, I bless you then, but I'm not going to bless you now because you forgot to go to the justice of the peace.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad God is not us.
No, I'm with you there.
Because
there.
we would be vaporized by now. I know he'd be sick of us.
I would, dude, I'd be stoned to death outside the camp, bro. Many times over. I'm glad that he's not us.
Me too, bro. Oh my goodness. Outside the camp is so funny and so literal to the Old Testament. It's so funny and tickles.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
They'd be like, Danny, you're gone, bro.
Oh, man.
3 years old, you're gone.
I'd have been out of here. I'd have been out of here a long time ago. Danny, I appreciate you calling. I just want you to relax. That's the number one thing on the list. And I know that doesn't fix everything on the list. But if you stabilize and you become okay, everything else is going to become okay.
Can I ask a question, Danny?
Of course.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Danny, do you love yourself?
I do. And like my self-talk is like really good, but it also might be from like a trauma place that like I don't believe negative things that people say about me unless it's like somebody that's really close to me and I trust them. Then I might like listen to them like, hey, you know, I should probably work on that because I trust them. But I don't know if like I feel things differently than other people do. Like, I don't know if I disassociate from things or whatever, but like I do love myself. But sometimes I wonder if it's from like a trauma place of like, you did all this by yourself. Like no one was there for you. Like no rehab, no extra stuff to like get off the drugs. Like no nothing. You just white knuckled it, like, and prayed and asked God to help you. And like, that was traumatic, you know, like to go through all those physical and mental and emotional withdrawals, just like stick it out and knowing that like you had to do it that way to never go back to it, you know? I don't know if that really answers your question, but like, I feel like I do love myself, but I don't know if it's from like a trauma place or not, if that makes sense.
Got it. Yeah, I was just asking because, I mean, just hearing your story, I'm like, as a friend looking from the outside in, I'd be sad to see you lose yourself trying to please everyone else. And then I just go to the root.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, if you fully love and accept yourself, then you're going to give yourself a voice and you're not going to lose yourself. And you don't have to keep trying to please and make everyone else happy. And I'm like, when has this bro taken some time for himself to love himself and take a rest day? Because
Yeah, no, for sure.
I just think I mean, this is just an encouragement. I don't know your story, but like, I wouldn't want you to lose you trying to please everyone. I'm like, bro, like you gotta learn to love yourself. And again, I don't know all the context. That's just me only knowing a little bit, but I hope you find some time to love yourself, dude.
Yeah, no, thank you for sure. You know, it's definitely something to think about. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm just so used to trying to make everybody happy and being that class clown because I know what it feels like to be like miserable and hurting, you know, that I really, really like to make people laugh, you know, and I need to remember to like make myself laugh and do some things for me. But 32 years of conditioning, it's hard to like break that, you know?
Absolutely. I understand that. And it's broken one day at a time. I promise you, we, through the power of the Holy Spirit and through discipline, we can rewrite code on our own brains. We can change. And you have everything that you need to do it. You're not looking for anything from the outside. You have it on the inside of you. And so, again, I say, relax.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you, Denny.
Thanks, man. Love you too.
Thank you for calling, man. We're going to be praying for you, okay?
Yeah, please do. And thank you so much for what you guys do, man. Like ever since I found this podcast, like it's helped me be more open with my wife, helped me be more open in general, and just know that like I'm not the only one, you know? 'Cause I used to be like, dang, bro, like you really messed it up. So just thank you guys for everything you guys do, man. This podcast is definitely much different than everything else. It's definitely impacted me so much.
We love you, Danny. We're here to serve you, man, and we're grateful that we get to do life with you like this.
Yeah, thanks, man. Likewise.
Okay. Have a great day.
All right, you as well. See ya.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hi, baby.
Hi, pretty. You're so cute. All right, what's up? You disagree with me?
Did they tell you?
Nah, nigga, you ear hustling or doing something.
I mean, you know, I was just downstairs,
right?
minding my business,
minding your own business,
doing my work.
You was doing your work,
in which I do,
in which you do.
And then, you know,
you cute in those glasses.
Thank you, baby cakes. But then, man, y'all started talking about my dude Pete.
We were talking about Snow White. We happened to mention Pete.
I know. And then I just was like, I don't think you like what Pete was trying to say. And I just wanted to give a different perspective because you said, what say ye? I just wasn't in a place to run up here and say, I got something to say.
Now you do.
No, I had something to say earlier.
Okay. And I want to hear it.
Fight.
I absolutely want to hear it.
All right.
Team Dinklage is about to speak.
Yes.
Dinkley.
Yes. And I'll tell you why. All right. I can just imagine that Peter Dinklage had to fight through so many barriers to ascend to the roles that he's ascended to.
I'm sorry, baby.
I wasn't thinking it that way. OMG.
I'm so sorry, baby.
I was so sorry. Not even thinking it that way.
I promise you, I'm trying to listen to you, but that visual.
You are
I'm so sorry, baby.
That's not even. Look. Why you Oh, MGZ. All right, let me change my words. Y'all, do you see this? Do you see this? All right. Peter Dinklage
Yes, ma'am.
has had to work hard
Yes, ma'am.
to attain the accolades that he has achieved
Mm-hmm.
with his work ethic
Yes, ma'am.
and fight the disparities that they have to fight and that they have to fight in that world of entertainment to get roles that aren't stereotypes because of his stature. All right.
Okay.
So now this man has played in significant amount of roles that weren't necessarily related to just being a smaller person.
Correct.
And what I believe he's saying is we have to work harder to now stop succumbing to just the stereotypical roles that they give that community of people. And so I think what he's saying is I've had to work hard to get here.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think what he's saying is let's all work harder to not just settle for those roles. That's it. That's my thoughts.
Baby,
Yep.
your thoughts are welcome here.
And laughed at and put to scored.
No. I'm not going to laugh at it and put it in score. I appreciate that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Peter Dinklage is one person
Mhm.
that has one perspective.
Yeah.
Two other people from the dwarf community
Mm-hmm.
had a different perspective. But they're
smiling?
because their names aren't as well known as Peter Dinklage's,
Uh-huh.
I do not think they carried the weight Peter's did.
For sure.
You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
No, I agree.
And to CGI dwarves, to me personally, is equivalent to blackface.
Why is it equivalent to black?
Because at that point, you're saying we'd rather not even entertain actors of this stature for a role that is etched in people's minds. That dwarves is not even a disparaging comment,
No, not at
right?
all.
If they wanted to call it Snow White and the Seven Midgets, that would have been offensive, right? Or if they were trying to do a more like Snow White and the Seven Short People, or the seven like that. It's like we listen, man. Okay, so let me just say this. I'm glad Dinklage brought you up here because I get to just look at your face
Oh my gosh.
and admire your beauty
I love you, baby.
and tell you that I love you. I actually don't care that much,
It doesn't matter.
but the fact that it brought you up here,
It
hell
did.
yeah.
Listen, that was it. That's all I wanted to say.
No, I have a
And
question.
as long as you kiss me before you leave,
You got it.
I have a question.
Question.
May I submit to the parents?
We're all ears. We're all ears.
May I ask a question?
of course you
It's your show. I just want to be respectful.
get. Yeah.
I mean, you pay me, so I understand the hierarchy.
Sometimes.
I didn't get my last payment. Here's my question.
When the Lord blesses me, I'll bless you. That's all I got.
We out here
kidding.
by faith.
I'm just kidding.
We out here by faith.
He definitely paid me. Question for both of you. Actually, I'm gonna ask you first. May I ask your wife first?
No, I don't care.
This is your wife, so I just.
I don't care.
Hi. I know you're.
so funny.
I know you're your own person. You're individualistic.
Yeah.
And I respect. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
All right. Here's a question.
All right.
If Tim was a dwarf, like you woke up one day and he was 3 feet tall, would you still be locked in and you'd be like, "Hey, brother, it's over"?
How is that even a possible question? Did I marry him that way?
I'm just saying, if you wake up tomorrow and Tim is 3 feet tall and the Lakers shirt is too big, what happens?
Hector, I'm not answering this
Please,
question.
please answer that
Go
question.
lay down and take a nap, Hector.
All right. So, and you know what? And you know what?
Responding
And here's the thing: you're a grown woman. You in the patriarchy and the hierarchy, you are above me, and I respect that. So now I'm moving on to Tim. I'm gonna leave it at that. Tim, you wake up one day, Juliet's 2 feet tall. What are you doing?
Waxing it.
Waxing it.
Absolutely.
What does waxing it mean?
Exactly what I just said.
Waxing or axing?
Waxing.
Waxing.
Oh, absolutely.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Like in between the legs, wax.
I'm taking Juliet 2 feet tall. That's all I'm saying.
It's time to go, y'all. This has been a great episode of Wide Open. I love y'all. Right? We out here wide open. They out here. They wilding out.
I don't.
I just came to support Pete. I don't know how we got.
The hand to the queen.
That's it. I love you guys. Thanks for letting me pop in. I'm
Come.
Team Dinklage.
Come give me a kiss. It's you saying Team Dinklage like you got a jersey to wear later. This is weird. It'd be a croc top.
Oh my gosh. Leave me alone.
Team Dinklage.
Dinklage is crazy. Cat? Oh.
Baby. I love you. You're a good man. You're a great man. You're a hardworking man.
Thank you, baby. Love you.
Love you.
God. Oh. Phew. Lord have mercy on my whole soul. Okay. Glory. In the highest.
You want another color?
Nah. 12 minutes is not good.
Roger that.
I love my wife.
She's the best. I was like, where's that coming from?
It's coming from me. That girl lights my loins up.
Shout out Jew.
Shout out Jew. Lord have mercy.
Shout out loins.
Shout out loins.
Tim, I have a question, man.
Hit me with the question then.
When Hector asked that question to Danny, he was like, "Do you love yourself?" And there was a lot of people in the comments were like, how does one love themselves?"
Yeah.
Do you have any practical insights on?
I do,
how to do
man.
that?
I do. Like there's so many people that don't even like themselves.
Right.
Like let alone love themselves. But let me give you a book. Let me give you some book. So yeah. Just so you know that this is not like no like kind of far out stuff. Oh, I'm in the wrong book. I'm trying to go to Ephesians. There you go. Look at what this says. Verse number 28. In the same way, husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. I actually don't think you can love other people if you don't love yourself correctly. If you can't see yourself as valuable, redeemable, a masterpiece, according to Ephesians 2:10, fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 133. Or is that 127? It's one of them. Or one. I don't know. My brain. She kissed me 3 times. If you can't love you, it's gonna be hard to love others, and it's gonna be hard for others to love you. Let me throw in this third caveat. It's going to be hard to know when people aren't loving you the way you know you deserve to be loved. Because I love myself and I value me and I take care of me, something that I have not historically done, I know when somebody's abnormally using me. Because I know I have value. I know when I'm being devalued because I know my value. I know when someone is treating me like I'm worthless because I know I have worth. Like if you don't know that for you, everybody's gonna step on you. And you will be a Louis Vuitton bag being shuffled around in the flea market because you don't know your own value. $10, I'll give you 2. Okay, 2. You don't know your value. So, That's the that's the loving yourself is I believe one of the ways that you honor God's creation. I love his creation, and love your neighbor as yourself. You can't even love your neighbor if you don't love you. So I just think it's important. And a lot of people don't know how, and there's a process that you have to go through. But your quality of life goes up when you love you and when you take care of you. It's the reason why I canceled my Spanish class this morning. I love my Spanish class. I love learning Spanish. I just need a good night's sleep. And it would be poor stewardship of me. If I didn't love myself, I would keep burning myself out, getting 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, and then trying to do a full day. I'm not good. Therefore, I'm going to be at 62% for the show, for the family, for everybody else. By the time 5 comes, I'm at 22%. Just sleep in and get on your class tomorrow. What's the problem? So that's the thing for me. So love thy neighbor as you love yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. When I lived in Roanoke, I would just, I got to work from home, and most of the time, right? Like as a pastor, I got to work from home a lot. And so I would, on trash day, I'd bring in my green bin and my blue bin. Everybody else is at work till 5. So all of my neighbors that I knew, I just pulled their trash cans up, either right by the driveway or took them around to the side. I didn't like open the fence and go in their backyard or nothing. I just put them back to, you know what I'm saying? Because I love myself. I brought in my trash cans. I can bring in yours.
That's so sweet.
Did they pay you any money, or did you ask for like a send invoice or something?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Sure did.
Would have been a good business too.
But that's also different than just
You don't want to capitalize.
loving my house and being a homeowner and having a green trash can and a blue trash can. That's it.
Did you love yourself at the expense of others?
I do love myself at the expense of others.
I'm gonna cut the music. Go ahead.
Yeah. I do love myself at the expense of others. Like I will not love you to the point that it kills me. It ain't happening. Like I will change everything about the relationship dynamic if I believe that you are going to abnormally use me for your benefit at my expense. I'm not going to do it. And you can't notice that if you don't love yourself. People that don't love themselves cannot discern the abuse that they are enduring at the hands of another. A person that does love themselves, they know right away. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. Hey, watch your tone real quick. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? No, you can be angry, but you're not gonna talk to me like I'm some dog in the street. Like that's not what we're gonna do right here. Oh, we're not gonna do business anymore? That's cool, but you're not gonna do it like this. Like, I have value. And if you can't value me, I'm being removed from your shelf. Like you don't get to have any more space in my life if you don't know how to value me. I will chunk deuces and have done it, and we'll do it again. And this is pre-saved. This is not like obviously I know my value in Christ Jesus, but I knew I was something to somebody because my mama told me so, and my daddy told me so, and my friends told me so. So you ain't gonna talk to me no kind of way. You ain't gonna talk to me no kind of way. And when I was dating, if you ain't gonna act right, then I don't gotta be with you. You don't know how to value me. That's cool. Bye. The end. Powwow. So that's value yourself. Value yourself.
New song unlocked.
Value yourself.
Upset the world records.
Value yourself. I value myself all the time. My value has to be a dime.
Watch your mouth.
It's $1, 100. You can't see me for nothing.
Hey, you finna get shanked. Oh wow, just ended.
Oh.
That's really.
Hey, the music drops and all you hear is finna get shanked.
You finna get shanked.
Talk about coming with the wrong words for the wrong song.
I'm dead.
Like, hey man, this is a R&B vibe that we're going for, Hector. We just want you to either come with a few lines or an ad lib that you think that will add to like this more melodic R&B song. Hector, finna get shanked. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. If you could just wait outside in the lobby, as soon as we finish wrapping up the mix on this, we'll let you
Oh
know.
my God.
But thanks for participating. I don't know if those ad libs are gonna make it to the final cut. But yeah, finna get shanked. I really appreciate you letting us know. Who brought him again?
Sam.
Did you say Sam?
Oh my gosh, so hilarious. Hey.
See that we can.
Yeah, see, that's the ad libs we
Yep,
need.
Yep.
Oh, did you hear the whistle? Oh yeah, that was Hector.
Finna get shanked.
Finna get shanked ain't the thing. I'm Her has therapy in 2 minutes. Okay, bye.
This reminds me of something.
Everybody got Yadaline's name in the chat.
LOL.
Yadaline.
Oh.
Yadaline.
Hey.
You know what I mean. You know what I need. Yadaline. You know what I mean. I get out the shower. I'm so fresh and clean. Yadaline. You know what I mean. I get out the shower. I'm so fresh and clean.
Clean, clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Juliana.
You guys are rubbing off on me.
That those 3 cleans. Yeah. Juliana was about that life today. Her first true ad lib. That's amazing.
I have great mentors.
Hey, listen. I'm Tim Ross. That is Hector Guerrero. That is Derek Santiago. Juliana Buendia. Karlovich. Wide Open 3 hours is in the bag. We'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Peace.